Hey everyone, Hixel Bay here. Thanks for joining in today. We're doing something a little bit different on the channel today for all of you. So we're going to be playing around with AI to turn Hololive girls' avatars into realistic photos to see how their avatars would look like if they were possibly real life people. Now, I'm going to be turning the girls from HoloCure, the game, into these real life photos. So if you're not familiar with HoloCure, it is a video game that is based off of some Hololive girls here. The developer has jam-packed this game with a lot of backstory and a lot of jokes and a lot of memes from the actual community. If you don't know too much about this game and you want to check it out, I do have a full playlist of me playing through this game and completing the roster, so I'll leave a link in the description for you below if you are interested in checking that out. But just as a note, we're only going to be turning the girls from this game into these realistic photos for you today. HoloCure has been my only exposure to the Hololive community, and that's why I'm using the girls from this game in particular. Alright, before we start with our HoloCure girls, I just wanted to take a little bit of time to describe my methodology and the process that we'll be using. So today we're going to be using Hotpot AI, and with this tool on the screen you're seeing an example with Kazuma Aurora, one of the girls who are from Hololive but isn't from HoloCure. And I've been playing around with it, and the first thing that you need to do is upload a photo, a reference photo of that character. To try to keep things consistent, what I've done is I've grabbed all of their profile photos from the virtual YouTuber wiki, the VTuber wiki here. So they have a page for each one of the characters, and they've done a really good job of picking photos that are of the similar style. So I've taken them all from here just in case you're wondering. So after you upload a photo here, there's also this slider to adjust the influence that photo is going to have on the results. And I typically use anywhere from 0.2 to 0.4, so that's 20 to 40%. And if it's too low, then it won't capture all of the details of the outfit and the hairstyle and stuff like that. And if it's too high, it starts to revert back to like an anime style photo. So we're gonna have to play around with that with each one of the characters for sure. The other thing that we're seeing here is the text prompt itself. So I've been doing a lot of testing for this, and I found that a prompt like this will work out best for us. So we start off with a word that will describe the mood or the facial expression of the character. And I have just found that the AI does not really pick up on like a smile or a frown or anything like that. So we're gonna have to tell it to make them happy, sad, mad, whatever the photo may be. And that's going to help us get that facial expression in there. The next part here, 21-year-old female. I noticed that if we don't put an age, then it will give us anywhere from like a little child to like a really, really elderly woman. So I chose the number of 21. I don't know if all of the avatars are supposed to portray a 21-year-old, but we're looking for young adults, I'm sure, for each of these results. So I'm going to stick with 21 just because it seems to work. And then the last part is the eye color. The AI, once again, just isn't able to really pick up on the eye color. So we're going to have to tell it what eye color we're looking for each one of these girls. The other thing that we've customized in the settings here is the style. So they have some preloaded styles in here. I went with photo portrait number 2 because it has the best results from what I've seen. So that's what we'll be using. And so yeah, let's take a look at the HoloCure girls. This is the result from the testing, or one of the results from the testing. So that looks pretty good. Let's move on to the HoloCure girls now. Alright, so we're going to start from the first to last based on how they're listed in the HoloCure game. So the first one up is Amelia Watson here. So we have her photo uploaded. She looks happy, she has blue eyes, so that's what I've put into the prompt here. Happy 25-year-old female, 21-year-old female with blue eyes. So let's get our first result here. Okay, so a couple of things about this result. It's not really picking up too much of her outfit. I forgot to adjust this lever over here. So I'm gonna bump it all the way up to 30% to see how that works out, because the girl that we got, or the result that we got, just isn't close enough in terms of her outfit and the other details. But other than that, it's looking pretty good so far. So let's see how this works. Alright, so this happens a lot sometimes, so if you have it too high with specific photos, it will start to turn it into more of like a realistic toy photo, or sometimes it even bleeds into showing us more anime style photos. I'm gonna tone it down. Maybe just another attempt on 30% could have given us a viable result, but I'm gonna tone it down because that's a little bit too far from a realistic photo. So let's see what it gives us now. Alright, so I guess the AI thinks that her magnifying glass is like a dream catcher or something like that. Other than that, I still want to see if we can get the hat in there. So she's wearing a hat. The outfit that they're wearing as well isn't really matching it, so I'm just going to give it another try on 30% to see if we can get a realistic photo with some of her outfit details in there. Alright, so we have another anime style result here. It's unfortunate because the rest of it I'm actually kind of happy with. It's not a hat that they've given her, but at least it's something on her head. Unfortunately, of course, it's not realistic photo, so that's not what we're going for. We're gonna dial it back down to 28% and see if we can get a better result with a realistic type of style to it. Okay, well, there's no outfit details at all. I'm not really happy with that. I don't know what we should do. Honestly, I think 28% is too little, but we keep getting anime style on 0.3. Let's try it again. Let's roll it a couple of times with 30%. Ugh, yeah, that's not gonna work. Let's try again. Yeah, that doesn't work either. Let's try maybe one more time. Okay, well, that's getting a little bit closer. I don't know where the sunglasses came from. Oh, I guess it's the bow on the top or whatever you want to call that. The magnifying glass looks really weird. Her fingers look all weird. I'm gonna keep trying, but that's probably the best one so far, unfortunately. Yeah, it's reverted back to a cartoonish style, so I'm gonna dial it back down to 28%. Let's see if we can start to get lucky with the rolls and get some of that outfit in there, but yeah, I don't think the 0.3 is really gonna work for us. Oh, it gave us an anime style again as well. That's really strange. Well, I'm gonna keep rolling on 28% because I feel like hopefully with enough attempts we'll get something that's usable for us. Well, there's no magnifying glass. We don't need it. There is something on her head. The floral print, I'm not sure where it's picking that up. She doesn't have a single flower on her body. Maybe it's like this mustache looking thing. I think this is the best one so far, but let's just keep rolling and I'll let you guys know if this is the best one that we end up taking, but I'm gonna re-roll a couple of times here on 0.28. You know what? This one's not bad, but I think I like the last one better. So let's keep rolling. This one looks kind of weird. Keep rolling. Yeah, that obviously isn't gonna work. Keep rolling. You know what? This one isn't bad, but she's not wearing anything on her head, so I don't really like it. I'm gonna roll one more time. Yeah, I think we found the best one so far, so it's gonna be this one right here. That's what I'm gonna settle with. I think it's pretty good. So that's going to be our first one for Amelia Watson here. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so we got Gura here with her happy smile over here. I'm putting her eye color as dark blue, so that's what's in the prompt, and I'm gonna keep it at 28% for the likeness for the image. Let's try it out and see what we get. Whoa, that's pretty accurate, but I think it's looking a little bit too cartoonish for me, so let's roll it again with the same percentage. So let's just try that out. Alright, well, we got another cartoonish or anime looking result. It's surprising how accurate they're getting that sweater though, or that hoodie, so I'm really impressed by that. Let's go with a lower percent for likeness then. Let's go down to 24 and see if that helps. Okay, so we're getting a more realistic photo here. I don't know what's on her head. I guess it's the hair color. It's reading it as some kind of jewelry or something like that. It's not so bad, I'm gonna bump it back up to 26% to see what we get. Yikes. Okay, so 26 gave us an anime result again. I'm gonna give it another chance. I'm hoping that it's realistic this time. Okay, this time it gave us a more realistic photo, but again, the head decoration, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's dial it back down to maybe 24% to see what other results we can get. Oh, too bad it's not realistic looking. I actually do like this result because it captured the hair color pretty well. There's no blue streaks in it or whatever, but it has that gray tone with blue undertone. So I actually do like that result, but it's not realistic enough. So let's keep rolling on 24. This one makes me laugh for some reason. The facial features is actually looking exactly the same as the results we got for Amelia. Funny enough, it's probably just the database of photos that it's using or something like that. But yeah, this one probably won't work for us. Let's keep rolling. Okay, you know what? This one I kind of like. Again, with the head decoration here, not sure if I'm a huge fan of that, but so far I think that this might be the top result. Maybe just slightly better than this result over here, but I'm gonna keep rolling to see if we can get something better. Let's dial it back up to maybe 28 and roll a bunch of times to see if possibly we can get it to get a realistic photo with a little bit more accuracy with the hair color or the outfit. Oh, nice. Okay, that hair color is really accurate. This is the best one so far for sure. I'm surprised that bumping it up didn't give us a cartoon or anime result, which is great for us. So I'm going to keep rolling on 0.28 here to see what kind of results that we get. But I'm actually quite happy with this. I think that this is definitely a good contender. All right, another pretty decent result. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I like better than that, but let's keep rolling. We're on a good vibe here, so I'm gonna hopefully get some more results and we'll have a couple to choose from. Alright, so I rolled a couple of times here. The results are pretty different from each other, so there's a variation, but I think that this one over here is going to be the best one. I just really like the color of the hair matching the kind of gray or silver that we have in the profile picture for Gura. So I'm going to take this one as our best result here. So I'm really happy with that. Let's move on to the next one. All right, we got Ina loaded up here. I think she has purple-ish eyes. It's purple and blue. I don't want to overcomplicate it, so I'm just gonna settle with purple. We'll go with 28%, and I'm gonna say her mood is happy in her photo here. So let's see what our first result looks like. All right, so this is a pretty accurate photo, but the style of it is not going to be favorable for us. I'm actually really surprised at how much of the detail of the things surrounding her are captured in the result here. I think that we are going to dial it down in terms of likeness for the seeded image, and if we can start getting some photorealistic results, I feel like once you start dialing it back up again, it tends to stay on the photorealistic results for some reason, even if you dial up the likeness again. So let's try to tinker with the system to try to get more useful results for us for our experiment here. I think that this result is okay. It's looking a little bit cartoonish, but I like the earrings that they put in there to kind of read the hair color fading into orange. That's kind of funny, but I feel like we could probably do better than this. So let's keep rolling. I'm gonna dial it back up to maybe 26 to see what happens. All right, so thankfully it is more photorealistic. We're getting closer for sure. I think that the next attempt is going to be with a 28%, but I will use this one if we don't find anything better for sure. I'm actually quite happy with that, but maybe we can do better. Let's keep rolling. Don't like this one as much as the last one, so I'll just hit a reroll again. Well, this one's looking pretty happy. It's very close to the one that I feel is the best one so far. The hair actually might be better in this one, so this might be the top one right now. It doesn't have that head decoration, but it's gonna be hard for the AI to read that head decoration, I think, as something that actually fits into the hair. Yeah, you know what? The newest one I think is the top one because this headpiece is looking a little strange to me, but we're gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna bump it up to 30% to see what happens. Oh, back to anime results. I'm gonna give it another try on 30 to see if we can get some realistic results at 30%. Yeah, so at 30% we're getting all cartoonish or anime style results. I'm gonna dial it back down and give a couple more rolls, but I think we have one that we can use if the next few rolls don't work out for us. So after a few rolls on 28%, it's reverted back to the anime style results, but I did get one result here that was a realistic photo, and I think this is the best that we're going to get. So this is slightly better than our previous best result. I think it's a little bit more realistic because this girl over here, her eyes are just way too big, I think. So I'm gonna grab this one as our best result today for Ina, and let's move on. Okay, let's move on to Kiara here. She has two hats on her head, so I don't know how that's gonna turn out. She also has some multicolored hair, so I'm hoping that we can get the AI to capture that a bit. We're gonna say that she's pretty happy with pink eyes. Let's roll in with a 28% to see what we get. Not bad. This isn't that bad at all. The hat is a little bit strange. It looks like a Mario hat almost. The hair's really decent though. It's not quite long enough, but it has both of the colors in there, so I'm pretty happy about that. I think we can do better, so let's keep rolling. Uh-oh, it's already started reverting back to the anime style. Maybe I'll tone it down just a little bit to see if that percentage being lower will give us more realistic photos. Hey, this one isn't so bad. I do like how it's capturing the other hat as like a flower almost. I'm not too mad about that. The hair is really good, but the eyes aren't pink, so unfortunately I'm not gonna settle for this one because the eyes are the wrong color. But we're getting pretty close already. Alright, something's going on here. I think the AI is just on a roll of giving us a bunch of anime photos at 26%, so I guess I'll dial it down. What tends to happen is, yeah, it gets into a pattern and then it keeps feeding you the same type of images, but hopefully we can roll down to 24%, and once we get more of those realistic photos, maybe we can tone that back up again. Well, it seems to work. This photo's pretty good. I would be happy staying with this particular one. I think that I will keep rolling on 24 and start dialing that back up again, and if we can get more decent photos, then we'll put this one somewhere at the top and just compare. Here are some more results with the 24% gauge. This one, the hair is too short, there's no blue in there. I think this might be our new top result so far. I like that it added more hair at the back here because she does have longer hair and it's not really capturing that with our other results. That one I think is pretty good, but again, it doesn't have that long hair, so I'm not gonna favor it. And that was our previous top there. So I think that I'm gonna start considering this as the top result for now. I wish the eyes were a little bit more realistic, but pink eyes aren't real. But yeah, those look a little bit jarring, a little bit fake, but otherwise I think that it's pretty good. Let's dial it up to 26 to see if it will keep giving us more realistic photos. And yeah, compare them to our current top. We got a mixed bag with the 26%. There's a lot of anime style results here. This one, the hair isn't exactly right, but I do like the eye color on this one. I wish it had better hair. And then some more anime options. So yeah, I feel like this is still our best result. I'm gonna try toning it back down to 24% for a couple of results. Just a couple more attempts, but if nothing good comes up, then we're probably gonna use the one that I just pointed out. I gave it a few more tries here. I don't know what the heck is happening, but it's starting to put stuff over her face. This one, don't even ask me what happened here. I really don't know. That one is so odd. So yeah, I think that one with the long hair is where we're going to settle with for her. This is probably the best that we're gonna get for Kiara. Alright, moving on to Callie here. This one could get interesting. She has part of her scythe in here and also a thin veil. I wonder how the AI is going to read that. But she looks pretty happy in her photo, and I think that I'm gonna put her down for red eyes. I think it's more red than pink. So So hopefully that's agreeable. I'm gonna go in with a 26% to see what happens. Here's the first two results. I don't know why it really isn't capturing the likeliness, but I guess with this photo we need to bump up the percentage or influence here. So let's try 30. Okay, I guess we're getting a little bit closer. I don't know where the sunglasses came from, but at least her hair is kind of pink. Her eyes are red, which is good. We're getting closer. We're gonna stick with 30%, but we can definitely do better than that. After a few tries, we got some good, some bad. This one again has some weird sunglasses on top and the hair isn't exactly quite right. This is the best so far. I don't know why the hair is so messy over here, but at least it's pink. We got a weird feather thing on her head representing the crown. Not completely accurate, but it's pretty good. At least there's something there, and I think that the face and the outfit looks pretty good. This one's a little bit too unrealistic, so I don't think we can use that one. For the next few attempts, I'm gonna tone it down to 0.28%. just to see if we can get a little bit of a better result from that. I'm afraid to tone it upwards because it's already giving us some unrealistic results, so I don't want to turn it up too much, the influence there, but we'll see how the 28% does. We gave it a shot. 28% is not really doing well for us. The hair color is wrong. This one's just weird. I don't know where that hat came from. I'm gonna give a couple of attempts with 32% as a last ditch effort. I really think that it's going to be unrealistic photos for some reason, but we'll give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, then we're just gonna take this one as our result for Callie here. So after playing around with it a bit, I increased it to 34% to see how things would look like. They're not that great. This one's a little bit weird with the thing going on with her face. Again, with the sunglasses and stuff. This one's pretty decent, but it doesn't have like a crown or anything on the head. So I think that I'm gonna use the other one, but this one was a pretty good result. Yeah, just some other results here. Yeah, I think that we're gonna use that one with the feather thing on her head. I think this is the best one that we got. So for Callie, this is going to be the result for her. We're gonna move forward with this one. Iris is going to be next. This one is going to be a challenge, I think, just because of the eye color. I'm not sure how to exactly describe the eye color so that it picks up on it. I mean, in plain terms, she has one red eye and one blue eye, but I don't know if it's gonna pick up on that. And she doesn't really have a smile on, so I didn't put her as a happy character. So I've removed the happy word and we're just gonna move forward with this. Let's see how it turns out. Yeah, it didn't really work out. Again, I don't know if the eye color is going to turn out what we want it to be. Maybe I can adjust it a little bit. Left red eye and right blue eye. Will that work out for us? Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's not really working out. I don't know how to fix this description. I think we might have to live with one eye color for the result here. So, or maybe I could try with red and blue eyes. Blue eyes. I don't know if it's going to mix them. If it gives us a mixture of the color within the eyes or maybe something with the makeup, I'll be happy with that because I really think it's going to be hard to specifically tell it to give us one pink eye and then one red eye. So we might have to live with that. I'm also going to bump up the ratio over here as well to see if that can help us. 30% really didn't work for us. It gave us 3 anime style photos. And it's kind of crazy because I only bumped it up 0.02 on the scale. I'm wondering if I should have done this from the beginning, but I'm going to put photo realistic in front of the whole prompt. I don't think this is changing the process too much for what we did with the other girls. Of course, we've really been taking the photo realistic results anyways, but I'm just hoping that adding that word will drive the results to be more photorealistic girls that we're seeing. So let's try that out. We gave it a shot a few times here, still getting some anime results, but it is overall a little bit better. It's still quite CGI with these results that we're seeing. So I'm gonna have to tone it back down to 28%. We'll give this a shot a few times and hopefully we'll get something that's usable because these really haven't been that great. We got a few more decent results. This one's looking a little CGI, a little bit unrealistic. This one's pretty good. I do like the face on this one and the hair, but the outfit isn't great. This one is slightly less realistic than the one above. However, the hair and the outfit is great. I think I might use this one if we can't find anything better. And then this one again is looking a little bit too unrealistic. Let's dial it down to 26%, get a few results. If we get anything good, I'll show them off. But otherwise, I think this might be the one that we settle with. I'm gonna stop here. I gave it a couple of tries at 26%. It definitely did a better job at giving us photorealistic or more photorealistic results, but I'll show you them here. This one is a little bit too crazy with the feathers and the headband, and the hair is a little bit crazy too with the blue. This one I really liked, but the headband that they gave her instead of the bangs or fringe or whatever you want to call her hairstyle there, it's just a little bit too different because of that, but otherwise it was pretty good. And then we get a lot here that just, the outfit doesn't really do it for me. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with my previous one that I had mentioned, this one right here. It's not the most realistic looking girl, but it's close enough, and I think the outfit's pretty good and the hair is really good. So I'm gonna go with this one. Hopefully you guys can agree with that one. Baelz is going to be next. This one should be interesting. The hair might give us some challenges, especially with like the white and black part here. I don't know if we're going to be able to capture that. All the stuff on her head, like the ears and the plushie and stuff like that, I don't know how far the AI can take that. And then also her eyes, like we saw with Iris, I don't know how to get multiple colors in here, so I'm just gonna call the eyes blue. I know she has like a little flame there at the bottom of her eyes, but it's going to be hard to capture that from what we had seen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it blue eyes for her. We're gonna stick with a 28% to see how that works, and she looks pretty happy in the photo, so let's keep that word in there. First few results here, they are very much anime style. Let's stick that photo realistic word back in there. Seemed to work pretty good last time. We might just go ahead and move forward with that as our standard, but we're gonna keep it at 28% to see if that photorealistic indication is going to help us. Yikes, all right, we're gonna have to adjust the slider over here because the last two results were not realistic at all. Let's dial it down to 26 and hopefully we can get some photorealistic results here. None of these are gonna work for us. 26 isn't low enough apparently. I'm gonna dial it down to 24. I'm getting worried that her outfit and her hair might be lost in the details because of that, but these aren't usable at all, so we're gonna have to do something to turn it into more of a realistic photo. Once again, we're not getting anything that even comes close. It is starting to add some weird accessories and stuff like that to kind of compromise or make up for some of the details in her hair. So I'm scared to dial it down, but we have to because it's not making anything that looks like a real girl for us. All right, here's some results. We got another anime looking one, but we got this actual human looking result. The hair is super weird. I don't really love the headband, but hopefully we're on the right path here. I'm gonna keep it at 22, roll it a couple of times, and I'm hoping that the AI is gonna go on the trend of giving us results that kind of look like this one, maybe without the headband. Yeah, it's not really working out at 22%. We got these two results which we can't use. This one must have been a fluke, I guess. Turn it down to 20%. This is getting really tough, and I'm not sure if we're gonna get anything that great for Baelz because of the crazy design that she has for her character, but we're gonna try our best. We might have to settle with something that is subpar. Okay, 20% gave us a real looking girl. The hair is not exactly right. We have none of the outfit. I don't know why it switched to a close-up on the face, but we're gonna keep trying on 20%. Hey, that one's not too bad. I would be happy staying with that just because the hair is pretty accurate. It's doing some weird stuff over here, but so far this is definitely the best photo that we have. But let's keep rolling on 20%. Here's the next few results here. This one we can't use. This one again doesn't even look like it and it's a close-up. But this one right here, I think this is the new top. I think the outfit is slightly better than the last one that we were looking at. The hair is looking a little bit more proper. So this is the last one that I'm talking about. I feel like we could maybe do better. I want to bump it up back to 0.22, and the hair hasn't been exactly right. Like, this is not as red as it needs to be. It's more of like a strawberry blonde. So I'm gonna plug in here and red hair to see if we can influence it a little bit more. And we're gonna try it on 22%. I'm gonna try a couple more times, but if we don't get anything good, we're just gonna stick with this one for Baelz. It didn't really work out. This one that we're seeing over here is decent. I actually had to tone it right back down to 20%. The hair isn't exactly right in my opinion, and again we have that close-up of the face. It gave us these anime style results on the 22. That's another one there. So yeah, out of all these results, I think this is the most accurate based on our reference photo. Even though the outfit and the hair isn't exactly right, it's the best that we got. So unfortunately for Baelz, we didn't get the best results for her, and we're gonna be settling with this one. Right, so moving on to Kronii, this profile picture has that thing above her head, and I don't know if it's going to do very well with that. But we have blue eyes. She doesn't have much of a smile on there, so I've taken out the word happy. We're keeping photorealistic moving forward, and she has blue eyes, so let's try with 26 to see what happens. Here's the first few results. The AI, like I assumed, is having trouble reading what that thing above her head is, so it's putting, I don't know what this is, but it's also doing like dream catcher or like wooden wheel type of things above the head. The hair color isn't exactly right. This one looks a little bit like a brown or dark blonde. I'm wondering if we should stick in some hair colors in here to assist with some of these characters. I'm gonna say this is blue-black hair. Let's see if that will help us. I'm also wondering if I dial it up, what would happen? Hopefully it doesn't give us any reverse results, but I'm gonna try it out. Okay, that was a bad idea. At 28%, it's given us unrealistic results, so let's dial it back down to 26 here. These won't work out for us, so we're gonna try at 26 again with the blue-black hair in the description. And the results aren't that great. This might be the best out of the batch so far, and it's not even that great. It started spitting out some anime style again too. Let me dial it down to 24 then and see if we can get some more realistic looking photos. Right, so we have a new top place, I think, here. I do like that it removed the circle thing and just assumes it's hair. That's actually better for us, I think. This is the closest we've gotten. I don't know why, but it started spitting out anime photos even though we toned it down the influence. Maybe we need to tone it down even more. I'll give it a couple of tries at 22, maybe bump it back up to 24 for a couple of attempts. And hopefully we'll find one better than this, but if not, then I'm quite happy settling for that one. Here are the last of the results. We got a mixed bag once again. This one we can't use. This one I actually did like, but the things on her face, I don't know what this war paint is all about, so I'm not going to use that one. This one we can't use because it's not realistic. This is my new favorite, actually. So the hair is quite crazy, but I do like the facial expression in the outfit. So that is the one that I'm going to settle with most likely. Here are the rest of the results. This one's actually quite good too, but I don't like this rope stuff happening really. And yeah, those are our results for Kronii here. This was our previous best. I'm looking at it here. I don't know which one to choose actually. I'm on the fence with this one or the other one near the top. I think I'm gonna go with the one near the top. Yeah, this one over here, just because that circle thing is gone. This looks more like a real photo that this person could actually exist. So I'm gonna choose this photo for Kronii. And Fauna is going to be next. This one could get interesting. I wonder if it's going to be able to capture that she's holding up an apple over here. She has yellow eyes, smiling, and that green hair of hers is something that I've plugged into the prompt here just to save us some time. I don't want anyone with blonde hair and stuff like that, so let's just, you know, indicate that there's green hair just so that the AI gets it right. Here's the first few results. This one right here is actually really quite good. Her outfit is pretty accurate. They even captured, I guess it's kind of like ears, but it kind of looks like hair. But they got the hair right, they got the eye color right, so that's pretty good. We could probably settle with that. This one obviously doesn't work. I don't know what happened or why it has done this, but it started to add a background for Fauna. I'm not sure why. Let's try to bump it up to 28% and see what happens. All right, 28% has worked pretty well here. I actually do like the way that this looks on top of the head. It doesn't look like hair anymore. It looks like maybe an accessory or something like that. So I think that's our new best, but we're gonna keep rolling on 28. Here's the next few results. It's not looking realistic anymore, so I'm gonna have to adjust something, but we did get this result here. I like this one a little bit better just because the hair is a little bit longer on her there, and this one is a little bit short on this side, so I'm going to say that this is our new best. She is looking a little bit CGI fake, but I think that it's acceptable. So this is our new best, but I'm going to try to tone it down to 26% to see if we can get back to that realistic girl in the photos. Here's a few results with 26%. This one, I wish the face was just a little bit different. We could probably use it if it was. This one we can't use, of course. This one, again, not looking very realistic. I really like this one, but I can't do Fauna dirty like that. The teeth are a little bit messed up, but otherwise it's such a great photo. But yeah, I'm not going to use it just because of the teeth are a little bit odd, so I can't go with that. There's nothing that is going to take the top spot here, and we're starting to get a little bit unrealistic, so let's tone it down again to 24% and see what happens. Here's a few results with 24%. This first one here, it's pretty good, but there's something weird going on with those eyes. And so I can't use it because of that. This one, the hairstyle is just way too different. This one, I actually do like quite a bit, but there's something again going on with the teeth there. And this one, I really like the hairstyle, actually. I think it's quite cool, but it's not very accurate and there's something weird going on with the arms. I think that we might need to tune it back to 26% because the AI is taking a little bit of some liberties with the hairstyle and stuff like that. So let's tone it back to 26% for a few more attempts, but I might end up using a previous photo as the result. Okay, I gave it a few more attempts here, and I think we're looking at the best result here. The outfit is a little bit crazy, but I like the hair, I like the face. This one is too unrealistic. This is a pretty good contender as well, but again, we are seeing a little bit of odd stuff happening with the teeth. So yeah, I think that we are going to stop rolling there, and this might be the best photo. Actually, let me take a look at my previous best all the way down here, just to give it one more chance. Let me take a look. It was this one here. Yeah, the face is just looking a little bit too fake, like it's not as real as the one at the top. So I think because of that, I am going to take this photo as Fauna's result here. Hopefully you guys can agree. We're gonna move forward here. And that brings us to Mumei. This might be the first straightforward one that we had in a while, hopefully, fingers crossed. I think she looks pretty happy. She has light brown eyes. I'm going to let the AI read what kind of hair color it is and keep it at 26%. Hopefully you can capture the hair and the outfit okay with that. Here's our first few results. The one that you're seeing at the top here, I think is the best that we have so far, for sure. Here's another result. This one is not realistic enough, although it's a shame because the hair and the outfit are pretty darn good. This one's pretty good too, but it's red, some of her hair as like earrings or something that somehow turns into hair at the bottom, so I don't want to use that one. I'm actually going to try dialing this upwards towards 28% to see what happens. Okay, I think we have a new top place with this one. I just feel like the outfit is more accurate and the hair is pretty accurate as well. This one, something weird is going on with those braids, so I don't really like that one. And then this one, it's a shame that the face isn't a little bit more realistic. If it was like 10% more realistic, this would probably be at the top. Let me look at our previous bests. Yeah, there's some weird stuff happening with the hair here, and the outfit isn't exactly the right colors. So I think that this is going to be our new top. Let's dial it up even further to see what happens. Here's some results with 30%. These turned out really good actually, with a couple of notes. So this one has a camera in it, but otherwise it's pretty good. This one also has a camera in it, which is a huge pain because the rest of the photo is pretty much perfect. She even has a little bit of white in her hair, which Mumei has a little bit over here. I don't know if it's supposed to be white hair or it's just a shine, but either way, I think it's done really well representing that color in the hair by putting a little bit of white in there. But the camera ruins the whole thing. This one is pretty decent too. There's something weird going on with the hair, but it's pretty good. The face looks a little bit unrealistic, but we got our new top choice, I think, with this one. Just because of the way that the hair hangs over the face. This is our previous best. It doesn't have that hair hanging over the face, so I'm going to take this as a top because the photo does have those lengths of hair over the side of her face. So I'm going to do that one as our best for now. Now I'm going to keep rolling with 30, maybe even bump it up to 32. I noticed that this is triggered to not draw something, and I'm wondering if I can put in the word camera here to remove this, because if I could have, you know, this photo or this photo without the camera, I think I would like that better. So let's give that a shot. Oh my god, so they've removed the cameras, but they've added something weird going on with the face here. I don't know how the hell it made that up, but that's definitely unusable. It could have been pretty decent without all the metal on her face, but what can you do? This one I do like, but it's a little bit too unrealistic, but that's a decent result there. And that's our first result from the no camera filter. I still think that this is going to be our best one right here, but I'm gonna do a few more attempts on 28 and settle with whatever results we have after a few attempts with the 28%. Here's the last of the results. The top one here is not going to work out for us, too unrealistic. This one has some weird glowing blue earrings, and also the hair's kind of wrong. This one, I love the outfit on it. I think it's pretty accurate, but the hair isn't exactly what we're looking for. She doesn't have those bangs above the forehead, but this one came pretty close. I was considering that one as a top, and here's some more results that really didn't work. So we're gonna stop there, and for Mumei, we have this one as the best photo, so we're gonna take that and run with it. That brings us to Sana here. This one could be interesting. I wonder how the AI is going to be reading this thing over here and also her hair accessories, or whatever you would call that. This particular avatar has tan skin or olive skin, so I'm going to indicate that in the prompt because it's going to spit out a Caucasian result otherwise, like a white person basically. So let's have them with tan skin. We might have to put an actual ethnicity in there perhaps, but we'll try this one out first. We got yellow eyes and she has a small smile there, so let's try it with 28%. Here's the first few results. They're looking a little bit odd. I don't know what's going on with the head here, and this one is pretty wrong. The hair is all wrong. But I think the skin color is working for us. So let's keep rolling on 28%. Okay, I don't know what's going on. This result is pretty decent, but there is one huge problem, which is this girl is not really wearing anything over certain body parts. So we can't really use this. Hopefully this isn't a pattern. Let's keep rolling. Okay, the AI keeps giving me naked ladies here. I don't want to see any bare boobies. I can't show that. So I'm going to increase the ratio for the influence here because I'm hoping that will add some clothes back into the mix. Hey, we're getting pretty close here. It even has those hair accessories added here. Doesn't look like something that would really exist. I don't know exactly what that would be, but it's pretty accurate if you ask me. It's not super realistic, and there's also something weird going over here. But this was the other result as well. The hair is not exactly right, but we're getting pretty close. So I think this is the top so far, although there's a weird thing going on here. Other than that, it's pretty solid. So let's keep going with 30%. I might even try 32%. Here's a couple of results from 32% influence. This one's looking a little bit too fake. I don't know why this one is plugging her ears, but other than that, it's kind of accurate. And then this one, I just have no idea where those hands are coming from, so we're not going to be using that. This isn't working out so great, so I might dial it back down to 28% to see how that looks like. Well, that was a bad idea. The 28% results have added bare boobies back into the results, so we can't do that. Let's dial it back up to 30%-ish. And we're gonna grab a couple more results. Otherwise, we're gonna use one of the older ones as the result. Because, yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble if I keep doing this. Okay, we're gonna stop here. So this is results from 30 or 32%. Nothing really usable. Some of the faces and stuff turn out okay, but we got some weird hand positions and some weird hair accessories and things like that. So we're gonna have to settle with one of our older ones, but I'm gonna show you some of the results just in case you're interested. This one is odd with the towel on top of the head. And yeah, we got a bunch of animated looking ones as well. So based on all of the results, I think that this is the most accurate photo. There is some weirdness going on here, but with the very, very, detailed and kind of crazy looking reference photo, I think that this is going to be our best choice. So we're just going to go ahead and settle with that. Fubuki is up next. This could get interesting for sure with the hair. So she has a very aqua green or foam green type of eye, and she's also giving us a smile there. So I put in here specifically aqua blue. Hopefully that will get something closer. Maybe I should do foam green actually. Let me get another look there. Zoom in, please. Zoom in. Why? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say that's like aqua green? Aqua green eyes and white hair. Hopefully we get some good results. I'm gonna keep it at 26 to see what we get. Yeah, so it's giving us some issues here at 26%. I guess the reference photo is a little bit too different from anything that looks real to give us anything decent. So let's tone it down all the way to 22% to see if that helps. All right, that's definitely better. It's adding the aqua green in many different spots, including the outfit that is more so blue, and there's a little bit of it in the hair here. This one did better with the hair for sure, but the outfit is not really accurate. So I'm hoping that we can bump it up to 24. And also hoping that the AI is starting to add real photos or real photos of girls in the pattern here. And yeah, we'll give it a shot. All right, 24%'s looking pretty good. Again, the aquamarine or aqua green is really, really giving a lot of influence in different spots, but that might be the best we can get with the aqua green eyes in the description. This could be the one we end up using. It could be. It's pretty good, but we're gonna keep rolling. Here we go with some more results. I don't know where the hell the sunglasses came from. so we can't really use that one. This might be the new top one. I actually like that it's added the hair there. I know that she has ears, but I like that it added it in as hair because that looks a little bit more realistic for sure. And just compared to this one, I do like the outfit better here just because it has that bow or the sash or whatever you want to call it. But it's between this one and this one, I think, right now for the top place. We're gonna bump it up to 26 again. It's been giving us realistic photos, so hopefully it stays on that pattern even if we bump up the ratio for influence. Here's some results at 26. This one we obviously can't use, but the rest of them were pretty damn good. This one, I know the ears aren't a realistic thing to actually appear on a person, but it's so accurate with the reference photo, and also the outfit is quite similar. I guess it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar with like the frilling or whatever you call this that she has on the shoulder. So I think that this is going to be the new top place for us. This one, the hair is not exactly correct, or the outfit, and those are the last results here. So yeah, I think that this one is going to be our top contender for now. I'm gonna do something a little bit daring. I know the last one was an anime character, but we're going to bump it up to 28% to see what happens. A few more results at 28 here. This one, obviously we can't use. I don't know what's going on with the face cover here, but yeah, the outfit's wrong too. 28 definitely captured the ears a little bit better. And then this one is another one. I don't know what's going on with the hair. It looks like she's holding hair extensions, but other than that, the hair is a little bit too short for us. So we didn't get anything really usable there. I'm gonna go even further and see what 30% does for us. I don't have high hopes for it, so I think we're gonna go with our previous top contender as our photo, unless somehow 30% can bring us something even better. Nope, that didn't really work. Not at all, actually. It's not realistic enough. So last ditch effort, I'm gonna tone it back down to 26, run it through a few times, and see if we get anything good. If not, we have something that we can use for her result. Alright, that was mostly bad. So at 26%, this is the batch we got. We got this anime girl, we got this CGI girl, we got this other anime girl. But we did get this result right here, which is pretty spot on. There's a weird bow over here, but it's pretty similar to what we have in the reference photo. There's a little bit of blue in the hair or green in the hair, which I don't love, but what this has over our previous best, which is over here, is that there's actually no bangs on this girl here. So although it was our previous best, I think I'm going to take that new best because the reference photo, she does have hair hanging over her eyes just a slight bit or approaching it. So with that, I'm going to take this photo as the best that we have for Fubuki. And I hope that's agreeable as well to all of you. But yeah, I really think it's pretty accurate. We've got Mio up next. Again, we have some ears on this avatar. I am not sure how that's going to translate. I also feel like for this particular character, I'm going to give it an ethnicity in the description of Asian. For some reason, I just feel like that is appropriate for this avatar. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but that's how I'm gonna go with it. What color eyes does she have? She has, almost looks orange, but I'm gonna call that a brown, maybe? Brown eyes? Happy, yeah, she looks happy. Happy, Asian, 21-year-old female. Let's try it with that. Yeah, I'm gonna settle for that. And it's going to be light brown, I guess. It almost looks orange, but I don't want to put orange eyes on her, I don't think. Alright, we're gonna go with that. Alright, we got our first few results here. They're not looking realistic enough, so I'm going to dial it back down to 24 to see if that helps. Got our first few results on 24%. This one won't work. This one is also looking a little bit too fake as well. This is the most realistic one so far, but I don't like what's on her head really. It doesn't really represent what's in the photo. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to dial it back even further. I'm so afraid of it losing a lot of the details of her outfit and her hair, but we gotta try it out. here's some results here. This one is pretty bad. This one is okay. The hat is kind of strange, but it's trying to make up for the ears there. This one is my favorite so far. I like what they've done with the hair, because with the reference photo, she does have those kind of like sticking out parts, and they've represented that as wind blowing the hair in different directions. So I think that it's done a pretty good job with that, and the outfit is pretty good too. So I think this is going to be our front runner for now. I know she doesn't have ears, but hey, it's more realistic to have a bow like this on your head than ears, right? So since we've been seeing some realistic photos, I'm gonna bump it back to 24 to hope that it stays on the trend of realistic photos, but just brings in a little bit more detail from the hair and the outfit again. But otherwise, we do have a pretty decent front runner right now. That didn't really work. This is kind of the average photo that we've gotten. This one's the most realistic photo, but I don't really like what she's wearing, really. And yeah, it's more unrealistic options for us for the 24%. So let's roll it back to 22% and give it a few attempts, but otherwise we're gonna go with our current frontrunner. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anything better. Here are the results. They're okay, they look realistic at the very least, but I believe that the one that we found before is going to be the best that we get. So for Mio, this is where I'm going to settle with, and we're gonna put that one down as her best result. Okay, so we have Okayu up next here, and she has light purple hair with some ears in there. That will be interesting to see what happens. She has a pretty big smile with the open mouth, and she has a deep purple eye color there. So we'll see how it does on 26. I've put into the prompt that she has purple eyes, light purple hair, and open mouth smile. Let's give that a shot. Here's the first few results. We're getting a lot of anime style drawings, so we can't really use those. Here's two realistic-ish ones. This one I have no idea where the white beard came from, but that's not gonna be really something that I want to bring forward for sure. And this is the best one that we have so far, but although it's really not that great, she doesn't have hair where it should be, so it should be over her forehead, and there's just like not enough of it on the sides anyways. But so far it's the best one, but we should be able to do a lot better. Let's turn it down to 24% to see how we can go with that one. All right, we have some really good results here. So this one, I'm wondering if it's going to be the top. I'm gonna have to review the rest of the options, but the ears or whatever these are, maybe it's a headband, I'm not sure if I love it, but the face and the rest of the hair outside of the braids looks pretty good, and the outfit is pretty decent too. This one is pretty good as well. The eyes look a little bit crazy, so I think because of that I might skip on that one as being the top for our Okayu results here. And then this one, I'm just not really happy with the hair, really. It's not exactly the right length. And then we have this one as well. To be honest, I could do without, the purple lipstick, but the outfit looks pretty good. The hair is the right length. Yeah, it's gonna be either this one or the one at the top most likely as our best result so far, but I'm gonna keep rolling on 24, maybe even bump it back up to 26 to see what we get. All right, I rolled it on 24 and 26 again, and this is what we got. This one isn't too good because of the hair. I don't know what's going on there. I guess it's two heads of hair that they try to combine that are completely different colors. And then this one is not the right style. This one is realistic enough, but I don't know. The hair is a bit too long on this one, and yeah, the teeth are a little bit weird for me as well. And you guys gotta see this result. Are you ready for this? It's absolutely cursed. I don't know how the hell the AI decided to do this, but yep, this happened. And on top of that is just a couple more anime style. So let's bump it back down to 24. I'm gonna give it a few more tries, but otherwise we're gonna go with one of the results below. Okay, so we rolled again on 24, and I think we found our new winner in this batch. So this one is not the one I'm talking about. The hair isn't exactly right, and the teeth are also a little bit weird. And we have this one over here. Pretty good result, to be honest. I don't think there's enough hair around the face and also on top of the forehead, but it's not a bad photo. Now this one I really like because of the outfit. So it's kind of like a very casual loungy shirt, and that is what she's kind of wearing in the profile photo, but the eyes aren't purple. So that was one thing about it that I wish was a little bit different, and that could have been something that we could have considered for sure as our top. But then we got this one right after it, and yeah, I think this is the most accurate we're gonna get. She's wearing a sweater in here. The hair is pretty similar to, it does have a cat ear in here, but it looks like more like a headband or like a toy or costume. So I really like that about it. So this is going to be my top choice. I had one more roll up here, and yeah, this just isn't right. So the only thing that I could say about this is she doesn't have that open mouth smile, but it's close enough. Everything else about it is really, really accurate. So I'm gonna be taking this one for Okayu, and we're gonna move on. Korone is next up. I'm wondering how it's going to handle the ears on top of her head. It's probably just going to translate it into hair because it's the same color. So I'm thinking this one might be a little bit more of the simple one that we're going to do, hopefully. We're going to keep it at happy here in the description for the prompt. Light brown eyes. Let's see what we get. We got our first few results here. This one, I'm not sure if I'm going to take this one. The hair is a little bit too short. This one is a shame that it's not more realistic because the outfit's pretty good and the hair is decent. I think this one is the best one so far. She is like missing an arm, but it's done a great job capturing this little braid over here. So I think that this is going to be our best one so far, but we can do better, hopefully. Let's tune it up to 28% to see if it does a good job with that. Our next batch has come in. This one's not realistic enough. This one is too different than what we're seeing in the photo. I don't really like the hat, but the outfit's pretty good. It even has the off-the-shoulder side over here, which is amazing. But other than that, I don't think it's going to work for us. This is our new frontrunner. I think the hair is pretty accurate. I just wish it had the outfit over here, but I think I'm gonna take this one as the best so far. I'm gonna go as far as 30% to see what happens. Hopefully we don't get any more of this style and it goes back to the realistic photos. 30% didn't work out for us. It's too unrealistic. We got some pretty good results in terms of the accuracy for the hair and also the outfit. So it's a shame that we didn't get any that were realistic because it did pick up or start to pick up the outfit and the hair a lot better. But yeah, it's just a little bit too unrealistic for us to use. I'm gonna dial it back to 28. Hopefully get some more options that are realistic and compare it to our current top and see what we leave with today. Here's some more results for you guys to take a look at. The first two at the top here were at 30%. I decided to dial it back up, but they again were giving us two unrealistic results. And then this is at 28%. We got some really good ones in here actually. But the hair on those two weren't good enough. I don't like the hat and the realism isn't there for that one. Don't like the hair on this one. And this one, not sure what's on her head. The hair kind of blends into the necklace, which is kind of weird, and she's missing an arm. So we can't use that one. This one, yeah, I think this one's going to be the best one that we have. It's not the most realistic looking face. It's just a touch unrealistic, but it's pretty darn close. And I like that it has the braid over here and this one turned into a necklace on this side. So it's a little bit weird on either side of her neck here, but everything else looks pretty good. And I'm gonna take a look at our previous best contender just to make sure I want to choose that one as the new best. So this was the other one that I was thinking could work for us. The outfit isn't as good, and I feel like the hair isn't as good on this one either. The face is looking a little bit more realistic, but you know what? I'm gonna go with this one as our winner for Korone. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Hopefully you guys can agree. We're moving on from Korone with this one as the winner. And that brings us to Sora. I'm gonna say that she has blue eyes, or sorry, not blue, purple eyes here. She looks quite happy. I'm feeling that the little wrist thing that she has here colliding with her outfit might give the AI some issues, but we're gonna try it out at 26%. We got purple eyes and she looks pretty happy, so let's give it a shot. Nothing good at 26%. Not looking realistic at all, so we're gonna dial it back to 24 and give that a shot. Okay, kind of a mixed bag at 24%. This one that you're looking at is probably the best one so far. We got some anime mixed in there too. This one's pretty good too. Yeah, I'm having trouble deciding which one's better. This one has something weird going on over there. This one does too. The shoulders, it doesn't seem to translate well. But yeah, the hair is a little messy on this one. This one has purple in the hair as well. I don't know. Hopefully we don't have to settle for either one of those. Now that we've stepped into the realistic photos, I'm gonna tune it back to 26 and see if we can find something better. Unfortunately, 26% doesn't really work at all. So we're gonna have to keep it at something lower. All these are anime results. So tuning it back to 24, maybe even try 22 after this. Okay, at 24%, we got some good results. This one right here, I think, might be the top contender for sure. It has a kind of similar outfit. We've been really having trouble with the outfit, but the hair is pretty good. The eyes are purple. Let's look at the other ones. This one obviously can't use. You know what, actually, now that I look at this one, she does have some bangs or some hair over the eyebrows, and this one doesn't have that. So I think that I actually prefer this one to the one at the top there. There is something weird going on with her arm, but I'm willing to take that. This one's pretty good too, but it's just the... Actually, is that outfit better? The outfit is such a hard one. You know what, let's keep re-rolling on 24 to see what we get, and maybe we take one of those as our best result. Here's the results. I actually tuned it back down to 22%, and it somehow gave us even more anime results. But this is probably the best one out of all of them. I don't know if it still trumps the one that we were looking at before, but I'll show you the results. Obviously, a lot of these we can't use at all. And we had one that looked okay somewhere. This one looked okay, but I don't know, something about it. I think it's a hair color that just doesn't do it for me. It's not brown enough. So going back to our previous results, we really didn't get anything that great for Sora, I don't think. But I think this is going to be the best one out of all of them. The hair color is right. Outfit isn't great. We got the purple eyes though. Yeah, not a great result for Sora, but this is going to be the one that we're taking. Azuki is up next. There's a lot of complicated colors happening in her hair. I'm thinking that it's not going to capture that through the AI. She has pink eyes and a smile there. Her outfit as well. Really don't think the AI is going to capture all of it, but let's give her pink eyes, and everything else we'll just leave up to the AI to find for us. So let's roll in with a maybe 20, let's try 26. All right, here's our first result with 26%. It's not so bad. The outfit is actually pretty spot on. It's doing something weird like right here. The hair actually has a little bit of that color in it, and Yeah, I don't like what's going on here, but so far that's the best result. It also gave me this result. The outfit isn't exactly where we want it to be, so the last one was better. And it also gave us this not safe for work version as well. Definitely can't use this. I don't think it did a great job with the hair again. So let's keep rolling. I'm actually going to dial it up to 28%, see if that helps. Here's the results at 28%. They're really, really decent actually. This one doesn't have the right eye color. This one doesn't either, which is a shame because the hair has the color in the right spots. And then this one we can't use. I don't even know what that position is, or yeah, I don't know who looks like that. That looks like her neck should be broken. So I'm going to try rolling up to 30% to see if we can still get realistic photos with a little bit more accuracy with the outfit and hair. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to use 30%. They all look very CGI or anime influenced. So we're going to dial it back down to 28, try it a few times, and hopefully we can beat out our first photo there. Finally, we got something good. This photo right here is going to be the new top photo. The hair towards the bottom here isn't exactly right, but the top of it is looking brown enough for me. She has those pink eyes. Her outfit isn't that accurate, but it might be the best we can get. Here's the other results at 28. This one, I have no idea what's going on with that hand right there. But yeah, other than that, it was looking all right. And this one, not really that accurate. This one has a weird hand coming to her neck, but it's also down here, so I don't know what's going on with that one either. Yeah, I don't know what we can do to get more accurate because I can't tune up this percentage. I'm just going to tone it down to 26 to see what happens. It would probably give us worse results in theory, but I'm just gonna try it. Otherwise, this is going to be our top pick. Here's the last of the results. We are seeing some really, really weird stuff here. This one has some weird teeth. The eyes are all messed up. And the AI is really doing a bad job with the hands. This one we can't use. Now, this one I think I'm going to take as the top. And the reasons being that the hair is pretty decent. The outfit isn't that accurate, but you know, overall this one is pretty good. And here are the other results. This one, yeah, again, the hand is looking a little bit strange. This one's having a little bit too much fun. But honestly, this one's pretty good outside of the eyes not being pink, but the outfit is pretty accurate. But yeah, this one could lose the doobie for sure. And just to take a look at our previous best, I just realized that the hand over here has an extra finger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it is better overall without the hand than the one at the top, but because of the hand, I really just don't feel like taking it. So I think that this one right here is going to be our choice for the top for ASCII here. The hand still isn't perfect, but if you kind of blur your eyes a little bit, it's a little bit more acceptable. And overall, I think that this is the best that we've got. So for ASCII, this is going to be the one that we take with us. Moving on to Roboco. She has her finger over her mouth, and I'm kind of scared of how the AI might read that. She also has, I'm gonna say yellow eyes. They look a little bit orange as well, but her hair fades into pink. I'm not going to describe the hair too much. Let's see how it does with the hair without any description, but we definitely need to have yellow eyes in here, and she's quite happy too. So let's put that in there and see how it goes. Here's the first result at 26%. It's not really capturing too much of the motion of the hand, but I kind of want it in there. The hair also is not that accurate, so let's bump it up to 28 and see what happens. All right, at 28, we didn't do too badly here. Not really happy with it all. This one at least captures the hair color being a little bit faded into that purple. And this one just has a really weird claw thing going on there. So I'm hoping that if we bump it up to 30, we'll get a little bit closer. All of them have been realistic photos, thankfully. This might tip it over the scales, but we gotta try. Okay, well, 30 did just as good as 28% did, I think. Maybe the outfit's a little bit better in these ones here. This one has that pink fade into the hair once again. That pig, I don't know where that came from. And then this one is just mediocre. So I'm gonna bump it up to 32%, which is quite high on average, but it's been doing pretty good to not give us anime or CGI style photos. So let's give it a try as well. Alright, just ran it 2 times. I'm not sure if we're getting that much closer. Maybe the outfit is getting a little bit more defined, but I'm really looking for that hair to be a little bit more accurate. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump it to 34. We're going pretty high, but hopefully that will give us what we need here. Okay, so the first few results on 34 looked a little bit too fake, of course. So anime style, cartoon style. Then we have this one, which looks pretty good in terms of the face and outfit, but then this part over here is really confusing. I'm gonna keep rolling on 34. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more of this style without all of the weirdness going on with the arm, and that might be the best we can do for Roboco here. But let's give it another shot. Yeah, unfortunately it's not really working out. I think the AI is having issues reading that arm over, or sorry, the hand over her mouth, and all of the results that I just pulled through still have that arm thing being a little bit odd for us. So let's dial it back down to 32. We might have to settle with something not so satisfactory here, but it's a tough photo. So Roboco is getting a really tough run here. Here's the last few results that we've pulled through. This one is pretty decent. This one's also pretty good as well. I don't know which in between these two I would rather have. Maybe this one, just because the hair's a little bit longer and it has a little bit of pink in it, but it's still not that great, to be honest. And then we got this unusable one over here. So right now this is the photo that we will probably take, but for Roboco, I think I'm gonna bend the rules and try a little bit of a different prompt, and we're gonna see if that works for us. If not, then this is gonna have to be the one that we grab, because we didn't get anything really good for her. Okay, let's try this out for a little bit here. I've added a section here for Roboco and doing a shush gesture. Maybe the AI is able to pick it up a little bit better with that in the prompt. And I'm gonna give that a shot a few times. I don't wanna go too far with this because we didn't do this specific of a prompt with everybody else. But again, her photo is a little bit more detailed and a little bit different than everyone else has been. First few results with the new prompt. This one, I don't know what the heck is going on over here. Otherwise, it's actually pretty good. She doesn't have the shush gesture. And then this one, if we had it last time, I think I would have taken it, but since it wasn't from the other batch and there's no pink in the hair, I don't know if I want to grab this from the attempts. I'm really looking for that gesture to be in there if we're going to consider it. Otherwise, I kind of feel like we're cheating for Roboco here. But let's try to change it again and finger over mouth. Maybe that's a little bit easier for it to kind of recognize, or it's going to bring us something really weird. I don't know yet. Let's check it out. I really don't know if this is gonna work out for us. It is having such a hard time putting that hand over the mouth. This one just looks weird. I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm gonna give up here. With that experiment failed, we're gonna take this photo as the photo for Roboco. I think this might be one of the worst ones so far. Sorry, Roboco. I couldn't do better for you, but this is it. Let's move on. Suisei is next. We have a dark blue eye, I'm going to call it. I'm really wondering if the AI is going to pick up on the plaid outfit and everything. I'm going to go ahead and plug in her hair color as well, just so that we don't waste too much time with like blonde hair or what have you. It might read it as like a brown with a little bit of blue in it or something like that. I don't know, we've been having bad luck with the hair, so let's just plug it in 28%. Yeah, with the prompts saying dark blue eyes and blue hair. Let's see what happens. Here's our first few results. This one, the outfit's not too bad. I don't know where the arms went. Maybe it's just blended in the background. I don't know what's on the head either, but we're getting pretty close there. There's the first result there, which I don't think is as close as the other. I forgot to put in the word happy here. She does have a smile on her reference photo, and I'm gonna dial it back up to 30. I think we can get a little bit more details from the hair and the outfit, so let's try that. We get a few shots here. It's reverting back to a style that we can't really use, not realistic enough. So I can't use 30 from the looks of it. Let's dial it back to 28 and try to get a few more options for us, because I'm not really happy with our first two. This one might be a tough one. I'll show you the results. All of them have this kind of like beehive bun or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of them have the braids too, which she doesn't really have. I guess it's reading the strands of hair over there as braids. So we're having a tough time here. Here's a decent one. There is purple in the hair. I don't know where that came from. The outfit is all wrong. And again, it has that braid in there as well. I think this is the best one so far, although it isn't super realistic. I think the eyes are a little bit too big to really think that it's a real person, but the hair is more accurate, and the outfit at least has like a grayer tone to it, although it's not that accurate. And then we got some that we really couldn't use here. Yeah, so I don't know if this is going to help, but I'm going to dial it down to 26 and just cross my fingers to see if maybe something will happen for us, because maybe it's having trouble fitting to the photo, and if we give it a little bit more leniency, maybe it will give us something better. We'll see. Surprisingly, that worked out better than I thought it would. Here's the results. This one I don't like so much. This one is pretty decent, but it's looking a little bit too unrealistic to use. But this was the first one, and honestly, I think this is the best that we have so far. The outfit isn't that accurate. The hair isn't exactly right. There's some braiding and stuff, and the feather is how it's reading her crown thing that she's wearing, or her hat with the little crown decoration. So it can't get really that close to all the accessories, but I think it's better than what we've seen before. I'm gonna dial it down even further just to see what happens, and it's probably going to take a lot of artistic license here and give a lot of things that don't actually exist in the photo, but let's just see what happens. Right, so here's the last batch. I think we got what we need, but I rolled it at 22% for the top three here, and it was just losing some of those details with the hair over the forehead. So I don't think it's close enough. The ones underneath this were rolled at 24%, and I got this photo right here, and I was really surprised. The hair is pretty spot on, and the outfit is at least a gray color, which is a first, and it has some, you know, layers there to show the other colors that are in the reference photo too. So I think this is the one that we're gonna take. But just to show you the other ones at 24, this was one of them as well, and this was the other one that showed up. But I think our winner for Suisei is going to be this photo right here. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm actually quite happy with that, and we can move on. And that brings us to Miko. So there's definitely going to be a couple of things we want to put in the prompt here. She has green eyes and pink hair. This stuff that's going on with her outfit, I really think that the AI is going to give us some weird results because of that. I hope it doesn't start sticking objects and stuff like that in there, but yeah, let's give as much information as we can. So she has green eyes and she has pink hair. Let's try it out. First two results here, they look okay. Some weird stuff happening here with the arms. I think they're trying to read into the positioning of things in a different way on this one. But the hair itself, you know, the forehead isn't covered really here. And this one, not quite long enough. I'm gonna bump it up to 28% and see if that helps us. Oops, that's 30, 28, there we go. We've got some good results, some bad results. We're seeing a bad result here. I don't think Miko has a million arms, so we're not gonna go with that one for sure. But this one over here, I like how it's handled the outfit. So all of the multiple colors, it's just kind of had a pattern with all those colors in there. And everything else, I think it looks pretty good. I think we can get a little bit longer with the hair, that would be preferred, but this is a front runner for now for sure. And then this one isn't bad either. Again, the outfit is translated into multiple colors for the shirt itself. But yeah, I don't know. One of these two I think would be our top choice so far. I think this one looks a little bit better to me. Just a weird gap going on in the teeth here and stuff like that. So I think this one's going to be the top so far, but hopefully we can go a little bit better or get a little bit better. I'm gonna bump it up to 30% and see if we can get a little bit closer. All right, we got some results at 30%. Most of them are pretty good too, but just a couple of notes here. So this one, I like that it's starting to add a little bit of length to the hair behind the back, because that is what is happening in the reference photo as well. But the outfit in this one, I don't know if I quite like that one as much as the ones that we've seen before. This one I think is pretty good too. It's added a braid at the back to add the length, but just some weird stuff happening at the arms and it really bothers me because of that. But other than that, it's pretty good. This one we obviously cannot use. And then this is another one that came up. I really like this one. There's a little bit of weird stuff going on with the eyes. And the arm is slightly positioned a little bit odd. I guess you could say her elbow is like down here and she's reaching up, but it's still a little bit odd. It might take the top, I'm not sure yet. It's definitely between, you know, this one that we had before, which I just feel like looks way more realistic than this one, although I really do like the outfit and the hair on this one a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna keep rolling and maybe we don't even need to have a battle between those two, but I'm gonna be a little bit daring and I'm gonna go to 32% and roll a handful of times to see what comes up. Okay, wow, we got a really good result at 32 right here. The reason why I like this one in particular is because of the clothing. Yeah, it's captured those colors. It looks like a fun outfit, I guess. And the hair is long behind the back here. So I think that this is the new top contender. Here's some more results at 34. Actually, I think this one's pretty good too, but just the tattoos, like nothing's wrong with tattoos, but I don't think these avatars, any of them have tattoos really. So that makes it a little bit inaccurate. We can't use this one, of course. And then we also got this one, which is pretty decent as well, but I don't think the outfit is as good as this one over here. So yeah, we're going to roll a couple more times, but if not, I'm more than happy to go with this one right here. Okay, last batch of results here, but before I show you that, I just realized something really weird about this photo. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long fingers, and the thumb isn't even visible. So yeah, there's too many fingers there, and it's really unfortunate because I did like this photo, but now I can't unsee that hand. So I think that I'm gonna have to dethrone this and choose another one. This one is pretty decent, but I don't know, the hair isn't long enough on this side, unfortunately. And then this one also was quite decent, but there's something weird going on with that hair transforming into another shirt or something like that. So I'm not going to use that one. and then some unusable things over here. I decided to dial it down to 26 just to see what would come up, and then we're just seeing the hair and outfit not match. So we're gonna have to go with one of our earlier results, which I'm conflicted with between there's two that I think should be at the top. So either this one over here with a little bit of the weird arm, and then the other one that I'm considering is this one as well. The problem with this one is that the hair really isn't at the right length. This one is a little bit closer to the length, so I'm leaning more towards this one. There is something weird going on with the eyes, but for Miko, I think that this is going to be the one that we take with us. So here we go. Let's move on. Next up, we have Haato. And this is definitely going to get interesting. I feel like the AI is going to cut off her hair at the shoulders and not really understand all these longer strands near the bottom or near her torso and her legs. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm going to keep it at 28%, and the only thing that I'm putting in here is the indication of blue eyes. She has a pretty decent smile there, so we're going to keep it as happy and see how that turns out. Here's the first few results at 28. This one isn't good at all. This one, I mean, at least it's realistic, but doesn't really capture the hairstyle or the outfit that well. And then this one did a great job capturing the likeness of the photo, but of course it's not realistic. So really mixed bag. I'm conflicted because I want to tune it up to capture more of the details if we can get a realistic photo, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna make us any realistic photos. I'm gonna play around with 26 to see what happens. Let's roll with that. This somehow turned out even worse for anime style. This one, what the hell? And then this one is decent. If we can get this as a realistic photo with the braids and everything like that, I'd be really happy. And then this one, yeah, just isn't gonna work for us. So I guess I tried dialing it down to 24 and seeing if that will give us at least some realistic photos. Okay, so some more useless results. This one is the only usable result, but it's not that close at all. There's no hair over the forehead. The outfit is not right at all. I'm gonna try something different here. So I'm gonna go quite low for a couple of rolls, and maybe we'll get lucky and it'll read the school uniform a bit and the hair a little bit, and we'll get some photorealistic photos. And then also I'm gonna go quite high and roll a couple of times to try to pull out at least one realistic photo. It's probably gonna spit out a lot of anime ones, but yeah, let's try that. Let's roll with 20% for a few rolls first, and then we'll go extremely high and just try to get a photorealistic photo. Here's the results at 20%. Again, not really getting close at all. Yeah, I don't think any of these are usable. I still feel like this photo, oh god, none of these photos are close at all actually, so I'd hate to resort to any of these. Yeah, let's try the 30% and roll a few times. We really don't have anything good right now. Well, here's the results for the 28 to 30% on the slider. None of it is usable. It's just really having a hard time getting influence from the reference photo. None of them are realistic and none of them are usable, so unfortunately for us, we're gonna have to choose one of these photos from before, and honestly, they're all terrible. But at least this one of our first ones, where is it? This one right here. At least the outfit has like a collar on it type of thing. It's well decorated. The hair is obviously not right at all or anything, but Yeah, this one for Haato has been really tough, and I don't know if we can use this tool to make it better without changing the prompt really vastly differently than what we've been using so far, which I feel is just kind of breaking the rules a little bit too much, because we didn't get that much more specific with the other girls. And I feel like for Haato here, we would have to say like, this girl's in a school uniform, it is this color, her hair is like this. And yeah, I really didn't do that for the other girls at all. So I think it's just a little bit too different than what we've done. So I'm gonna take this one as a result, and this one makes me pretty unhappy, but we're gonna have to settle with it because I don't think I can do much better than this with the tools we're given. We've got Mel up next. This one is pretty simple, I think. I'm gonna put her down for orange eyes. I might switch that to yellow, but other than that, I feel like this one should be a little bit more simple for the AI to read. So we're just gonna roll in with the orange eyes in the description. She's happy, and then we're gonna go with a 26% influence from the photo and see what happens. We got our first few photos here. They're nothing that we could use just because of the style, but I've noticed that the orange influence is everywhere. So I've mentioned orange once, and it's putting it everywhere it can, really. So yeah, we're learning a little bit about how this works. I'm going to put in blonde hair for sure, because that should at least get the hair color right. The outfit, I don't want to get into describing the outfit too much, but hopefully it will not just put orange everywhere moving forward. Let's give that a shot. Okay, so the hair color is turning out right, but again, we're just seeing two unrealistic photos here. So we gotta dial this down. Let's try 24 now. Okay, so at 24%, we at least have realistic photos, but they're not really that close at all. This one I think is the closest so far, but even then it's not that great. The outfit is not very similar, in the hair, at least there's hair over her forehead. She has like a bob style. I can't believe it's having such a hard time reading the hair. But let's give the AI a little bit more flexibility at 22 and see what happens. Hopefully even with the 22%, it will just read that the hair is like jaw length and get a little bit of that outfit more correct. It's starting to spit out these photos where the girl's hands are covering or are over her chest type of thing. And I guess it's reading the skin color as possibly being part of her forearms or her hands, I guess. Let's see here. This one is straight up missing her arms, which is not good. That's definitely not what we want. But yeah, let's keep rolling on 22. Alright, so at 22, again, we're getting kind of a mixed bag in terms of the hair and the outfit here. This one I don't think comes close at all. This is, I think, my favorite one so far, just because of the outfit. At least it recognized the bow there. The hair, I mean, of course she doesn't really have this bun thing at the back or whatever, but the hair is more accurate than others. The thing that I have a really big problem with is some of the stuff happening with the teeth here. I don't really like that, but I still think it's the best one so far. And yeah, that one without the arms. We're gonna bump it down to 20%. It seems like less is more for some reason lately, so let's keep going with a lower percentage here. We got the first few results from 20%, and I don't think I'm gonna continue rolling on this. The hair is very wrong. That's way too long. And the outfit, again, is not really working out for us. So I'm actually going to try dialing it up to like 30%. And I'm gonna roll a bunch of times. I know we're gonna get some anime or CGI style results for sure, but if there's just a small chance that it will come out photorealistic, hopefully it will capture some of the details a little bit better. That worked out better than I thought. Here's the top result, as in the latest result. Yeah, I don't really like the outfit, and the hair isn't exactly right. And there's some weird stuff happening with the arms, and there's some tattoos in there once again. This one I think is going to be the top result for now. The outfit isn't right either, but I think the hair is a little bit more accurate in terms of the length at the very least. So we're gonna take that one as our top for now. And it also spit out this really accurate anime version, but of course we can't use that photo. So because that turned out so well, I'm gonna dial it back up to 32% and cross our fingers for a realistic photo here as well. Alright, well, the 32% rolls were all anime style, although they're quite accurate, of course. We really can't use any of these, so I'm going to grab, where was it? This one for now. And yeah, we might have to roll with this one. I'll try a couple more rolls perhaps, but I don't think that we're gonna get anything as good as this because we haven't had much luck. But yeah, let's keep rolling, but grab this one for now. Alright, I went back in for Mel and I just had to try something out here. So essentially the prompt was the same, but I used the do not draw thing over here and I said no anime style. So I just wanted to try it out. Maybe it's something that I should have been trying out before. I'll show you the results from the bottom actually, wherever the results are. Come on. And here they are. So the anime style do not draw trigger didn't really work, but as I was playing around with it with the different percentages and stuff, I actually ended up getting a better photo in my opinion, which is near the top. So I'm just showing you some of my results just because they're here. So some photorealistic ones, but again, the hair is not exactly right, the outfit's not right. Some more anime style stuff. This one I was wondering if I should use, but I think we got something even better at the top here. Some more results. Hair is not exactly right there, not the right style. This one I was pretty happy with as well because the hair at least is looking pretty close to what we have in the reference photo. And I was willing to stop with that, but then I just kept rolling. And then I got this one over here. And what I like about this one is that the shoulders are not covered and her shoulders aren't covered here. The hair is more of like that bob style. So I think this is really quite close. And then that one at the top that you had seen beside the prompts there. So I think this is our new winner here. I don't think that the do not draw anime thing does, I don't think it works, but at least we got a different result for Mel here because the first one that we were settling with is not close at all. So yeah, that one is going away and this one is going to be the new best result for Mel. Next up, we have Matsuri, and this one is going to be interesting. So she has an open mouth. It's not exactly an open mouth smile, but it's just like an open mouth. And yeah, she has kind of like aqua blue eyes. So let's stick that in here. Aqua blue eyes, and she has, let's see if the AI can read the hair correctly. And open mouth. This might be a little bit strange. I'm gonna try it with that prompt there and see what happens. Alright, the first few results are in. It's not giving us what we need, although it is, I guess, reading that open mouth thing just fine. I'm gonna tune it down to 24 and keep rolling. Right, so we have a few photorealistic photos, but the problem with these is the hair color is wrong. The smile is wrong, so I think we had to change a couple of things here. I'm going to say that she's more surprised than happy. She looks surprised there. She doesn't look like she's smiling exactly. I'm going to take away the open mouth thing, but put in brown hair. And we're gonna keep it on 24 for now, and hopefully we get something a little bit closer with those two changes. Here's a couple of results here. We're getting closer with the hair, I guess, but the facial expression isn't exactly where it needs to be. So I guess I'll adjust this a little bit more. Surprised, blue eyes. This is gonna be a longer description for her. Brown hair. Open mouth. I think it's important that we put that in there, I guess, because it's not giving the photos the open mouth. Unless we do that, maybe? Let's see. Okay, here's one result. We're getting closer for sure, but the hair, I'm getting afraid that we're getting too far away from it. This is not a terrible photo. I'm gonna turn it back up to 26. Hopefully it still keeps it photorealistic, but with a little bit more accuracy with the hair. We're getting a little bit closer here for sure. There's just some weird composition with the body here. I don't know why that's happening. Here's another one that's pretty decent, but again, the body is looking a little bit strange. And then there's just this super random result here. I don't know how it thinks this is a 21-year-old. Even for the style, it looks like a little child. It's too bad because the outfit is pretty good. I'm gonna keep rolling on 26 to see what else we get. Here's our results for 26%. A couple that we can't use for sure. This one is okay. The hand is a little bit weird. It's just like a weird position, and the hair isn't exactly right. But we did get this one right here, which is close enough for me. I wish we could get a little bit better with the outfit, but so far it's definitely at the top for us. I'm going to just roll the dice on 28 for a few tries, maybe do a couple at 24 as well to see what we get, but if not, then we'll take that one as our top. Here's the last of the results. We got mostly bad things for sure, so this is between 26 to 30%. This one's okay, but the hair's a little bit different than what's in the photo, so it's not really a ponytail, but otherwise it's pretty good. This one is in the right style. It was giving me some weird body positioning. I don't know why I was reading it as that. So with those results, out of all of these, I really do think that this one is going to be the best one. Just because of the facial expression and the hair is at least in a ponytail. I wish it was more on the side. But out of all of the results that we've gotten here, I think for Matsuri, this is going to be the one we take. So let's take it. So that brings us to Aki here, and I'm really getting worried that this is going to turn out the same as what we had seen for Haato. They actually kind of look similar now that I compare the two, but it's just, yeah, how the hair appears. I think that the AI might get a little bit confused about that. It even looks like there's a little bit of a gap or space or something, so I don't actually know what's going on with her hair, but we're gonna try it out with a prompt for blue eyes. And I think it can catch the blonde hair without us telling it to. So let's keep it at 26 and see what comes up here. 26% isn't really working out for us. The style is not very realistic, although it's capturing the outfit and the hair really well. It's such a shame, but we're gonna tone it down to 24% and see how the AI does with that. The first few realistic type photos have come up. This one, I don't know really what that outfit is, and the braids or the ponytails over here, I don't think is very accurate. This one, I think, is the closest so far. I wish there was a little bit of hair over the forehead to match what we see in the reference photo, but honestly, the outfit's pretty good. This one we can't use, and this one is just looking pretty weird. So yeah, I don't think that would be a real thing that would happen. I don't know where her hands really are. It doesn't look like there's enough space in there for real human hands. But anyways, we have a pretty good contender here. I'm gonna keep rolling on 24, maybe bump it to 26 and see what comes up there. If not, then this is gonna be it right here. All right, here we are with some more results. This one right here was pretty good, but there's some weird stuff going on with the outfit that doesn't really make sense, like the button going over the tie over here. Just really doesn't make any sense. And then we had the AI go through a very anime pattern for a little bit of time. But then we got this one right here, which is pretty spot on in terms of the outfit. Really impressed with that. There's some stuff going on with the face and the hands that look a little bit weird, like the teeth aren't exactly perfect. And the hands, I think there's some blending of fingers there. But honestly, I think that I'm going to take this one just because of the accuracy of that outfit. So I'm gonna take this one. There's a little bit of odd things happening once again, but yeah, I think that it's forgivable, the things that the AI wasn't able to do so well. So we're gonna take that one and move on. Up next is Subaru, and Subaru's got a very, very complicated eye color. I don't know if we're going to be able to capture that with a prompt, or I'm not really sure how to. And for this one, I'm going to say that she looks a little bit worried. And also, I think that she is going to be of Asian descent. I just have that in mind for her. So I'm gonna put her down with blue eyes, though. It's mostly blue. I'm going to say worried. Worried Asian 21-year-old female with blue eyes. Hopefully we get what we need from there. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter on the influence from the reference photo at 26. So let's see how this turns out. Here's our first two results. Not really that close. This is looking CGI, and this one is anime style. It's not capturing the hat correctly. So I'm going to turn it down to 24 and hope that it can get at least photorealistic, and maybe we can get lucky and it will just catch the hat as well and put that in there. At 24%, I think we are getting a little bit closer, at least in terms of photorealism, but we are losing some of those details on the outfit. This is the best one so far. It's the most realistic looking one, although she does look like she has a giant head and she is missing the hat. Unfortunately, I think that we do need to turn it down a little bit more, so we're gonna go with 22 and pray that it gives us something usable. 22% actually worked out pretty well. This result over here is decent, but the hair is not exactly right, and what's on her head I don't really like. This one is actually my favorite so far. The stripes on the outfit were captured. The hair is closer to what we want it to be, and at least there's something on her head. It's kind of translated the cap into flying hair, but it's still pretty good. This one's pretty decent too, but I just like the outfit from this previous one over here a lot better. So I'm gonna say this one's a top so far. Let's dial it down to 20% to see what happens here. And yeah, I'll try this a couple of times, but I think that we have one that we could possibly take away with us already. Here's a few results from 20%. I'm not really happy with them. This one we can't use, of course. This is the other one that we got. We're just really losing the details of the outfit. So I'm gonna bump it back up to 24%, which didn't work for us before, but I'm gonna give it a few tries. If we get something good, I'll show it off. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go with the other one that we pointed out. All right, well, 24% really gave us some good results here. I think this one is the new top. The outfit is pretty accurate. It even has the orange collar over here, and it has the stripes, of course, and the kind of the outside on the sleeve over here is also blue. So I really like this one. It's taken the hat and represented it as a headband plus some of her hair, but it's pretty spot on. Here's the other results here. This one was pretty decent too, but I don't really like the expression or the hat on that one. And then this was the other one that came up as well. There's nothing on her head, so I don't think that one is as accurate. Our previous best, just as a reminder, was this one over here. I'm still considering it, to be honest with you, but I just think that the other one had a more accurate outfit for Subaru here. So I'm gonna go back up to the top. One last look. Yeah, I think this is the one that we're walking away with, and it's pretty good. So yeah, this is for Subaru here. Now that brings us to Choco. This one could get a little bit interesting. Her outfit, I'm really interested to see how the AI is going to read that. Plus the horns and the wings as well. I'm gonna put her down for dark blue eyes. It looks a little bit green, but I think it's a little bit more blue, like a really dark blue near the top of the eyes. So we're going to choose the right template, and we have dark blue eyes here, blonde hair. Let's just leave that in there, and she looks pretty happy in there. Let's go with a high percentage this time, 28%, and see what comes out here. Let's take a look at the first few results at 28% here. It's definitely trying its best to read those wings and the horns, and it's putting it in as different accessories or different parts of the clothing, which we might have to settle with for sure. I don't know if it will ever put it down as actual horns. Let's bump it up to 30% and see what it spits out. 30% did really, really well. This one at the top here is pretty accurate. I like what they've done with the outfit. However, it's looking a little bit unrealistic in terms of the face, just a touch unrealistic to me, but I'm tempted to take that as our top still. There's this one over here, which I think the face looks a little bit more realistic, but the outfit isn't as accurate in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's a battle between these two for the top right now, at least from what we got. And then this is another one that we've gotten as well. You know what? This one's pretty accurate too. So all three of those could possibly be used as our result. I really don't know which one, so hopefully with our next few attempts I'll find something even better, but I'm gonna bump it up to 32 since it's been doing such a good job giving us photorealistic results. Let's bump it up and hope to avoid any anime or CGI type of artwork. Yeah, this AI is doing pretty well with Choco here. So I'll show you the results at 32. Here's one. I don't think the hair is exactly right because she has those bangs over her forehead. So this one is pretty good, but we actually have some better ones underneath, I think. We got some anime type results, but not too many. This one is looking a little bit too fake. The eyes are too big on that one, I think, to be realistic, but it's pretty close as well. This one is personally my favorite so far. I like what they've done with the bow in the hair to represent the horns, just because those bows or whatever, it looks pretty realistic, as in that could be an accessory that you put in your hair. The face is looking not as realistic as I would like it to, but the hair is spot on, and what they've done with her outfit here over well with the shoulders representing those horns, it just looks like kind of like a decorative shoulder on the shirt or what have you. And just the way that the shirt opens up and stuff, is pretty accurate to how it's showcased over here. Not completely accurate, of course. It's not going that far with like the cleavage, I guess. But I think this one is the new top one for me. And yeah, we got this one that we can't use over here. I'm going to bump it all the way up to 34 because it's done such a good job keeping it realistic, even though we're at a pretty high percentage compared to what we have been doing. Hopefully we can get a little bit closer, some realistic photos. But yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. Let's keep rolling and see what happens though. Yeah, 34% didn't really work out for us. It's adding those details in for sure, but it's taking up some of that anime style again, so we can't really go that far with the percentage. I'll roll a couple more times on 32 just to see what we get, but we have something that we could use as the result for sure already. So either way, we have something that we can walk away with. And here are the last of the results. This one, the horns and the wings aren't represented very well at all. This came really close actually, and I like most of it, but the horns themselves, I don't think that it made it look as realistic as what we had seen before in our previous best. And just another one over here, again, it's just not as realistic in terms of the accessories, and I don't like the outfit as much. So we are scrolling back down, all the way down to the one with the cool bows in the hair. This one over here, again, not the most realistic face, but it's real enough, and I think that the outfit is the best out of all the ones that we have seen to take into account the horns and the wings. So we're gonna take this one for Choco. And that's going to bring us to Shion. This is gonna be very interesting to see how the AI picks up the outfit and the hat for sure. Her eyes are mostly orange, and she has like a devilish grin on her face. So I'm going to try to pick that up. I think the hair we can say is, let's call it silver. It is gray, but let's give her silver hair and see what happens with that. Orange eyes is good. She's not happy exactly. Photorealistic with orange eyes, silver hair, evil grin. Hopefully that works out for us. And I'm gonna try a 28% to see how that looks like. Hopefully this prompt that we put in here works out for us. Here's the first few results at 28%. This one's pretty decent, but it's looking a little bit too unrealistic for me personally, but the outfit's okay. The hat isn't that great, but it might actually be the best we can get. It's a little bit weird. This one, again, is a little bit too unrealistic. This one is quite realistic, but there's nothing really representing the hat. The outfit's pretty good though, and the hair with the silver description, I think we're gonna keep that. Let's roll it down to 26% to see what we get. We're definitely getting closer with 26%. This one, the hat is really, really weird. Whoops. I pressed the wrong thing there. Yeah, this one is getting really, really odd with the hat, so can't take that one. This one is probably the best one so far. There is some weird stuff going on with the hat again, but I think it's acceptable. The hair coming out there is a little bit odd too. But other than that, it's pretty spot on. And then we have this one as well. I wish I could take this one, but it's looking more like a figurine, or yeah, definitely a little bit more CGI than I want it to. So we're gonna keep rolling. I might tone it down to 24 because it's still picking up like the spooky vibes. It's not really picking up the purple outfit and stuff, but we haven't indicated that in the description or the prompt, which I'm starting to realize is a mistake, but we haven't been getting super specific about the outfit for any of the other girls, so I don't think I should start now because it's a little unfair. Let's go with 24 and see what happens. All right, here's a couple of results with 24%. This one, I like the photorealism, but I think it's missing some of the hair styling and things like that. It's just a little bit too loose from the reference photo there. It's not accurate enough. And then this one is a little bit strange with the horns and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's actually pretty decent. Now, I actually think this is going to be my new top favorite one for her here, just because we have the hair quite accurate. It has the bangs and everything. I know that there's no hat involved, but the hat itself is quite unrealistic. If something was there, that would be great, but I actually think that this is pretty accurate and it looks like a real girl for sure. It even has some freckles and stuff like that on her nose, which makes it look even more real. And then there's this one over here with a couple of changes. I think this would be an amazing choice. If she had some bangs going on, that would be great. The teeth are a little bit weird for me as well. And also, why the heck is there an orange slice on the hat? That's just a little bit strange. So this one came pretty close, but there's a couple of things there that don't really work out for us. So I believe that this one is going to be our top for now. And I'm going to... Oh god, I don't think we can dial it back down to 22, so I'm going to keep trying on 26 to see if we can get more of those outfit details in there. But otherwise, you know, this is going to be... Oh, not this one. This one's going to be our choice, but let's see what happens. A few options for us here, or a few results for us here on 26. This one I don't really like. This one I think did a really good job. However, it lacks the realism, which is a shame because the outfit is pretty damn good and the hat is kind of perfect too, but just the face is not realistic enough. I do like the expression on it too, so yeah, that's really a shame. There's no bangs on her either, so that I don't think works out as well. And then this one, just some weird details with the hair and stuff don't make it as good. I'm gonna try to bump it up to 28 just to see what happens. I don't think it's gonna get any more realistic, but who knows? There is a chance that it will pop out with a photorealistic result with even more details with the hat and the outfit. It actually did really well on 28% here. So it's capturing the outfit a lot better for sure. For some reason the hair still isn't being really captured, but I guess she has like a tall forehead and the hair is sitting at the top there. So I'm willing to forgive that, I guess. but this result is too unrealistic. Here is my new top favorite. I think the hat is here. It's a little bit of a strange hat, of course, but her outfit is a little bit more accurate and the face is pretty realistic. So I think that's going to be our top. Here's the other results at 28%. So this one's a little bit too unrealistic, although I love the outfit with the purple down here. That's definitely more accurate, but there's just something about that mouth and that chin that screams not real to me. And then here's another one. Not really a hat being represented here, but I do like the facial expression. And here's another one. It's a little bit too fake. So let's take a look at our previous best to show that we have something better now. So yeah, you know, it's a pretty realistic looking photo, but there's a lot of those details missing. So I was happy to resort to that, but we did have a better result with this one right here. So this is going to be the one that we take for Shion. And yeah, we're gonna move on. Hopefully everyone's happy with that. Okay, here we go. Ayame is up next, and I know that we're gonna see some weird effects because of the floating spirits and the sword handles and her outfit as well. I'm really worried that it's going to bring us some weird results. So I'm gonna say that she has a red eye color. Her facial expression, I'm not sure exactly how to describe that, but it is an open mouth smile at the very least, so I'm gonna put that. She has a little bit of like a grin going on, but I don't want to get too complicated with it, so let's just say that she's happy. She has red eyes, and she actually has white hair. Let's just say open mouth smile. Open mouth smile. I guess I can take away happy because of that. Let's try it at 28% because that works really well with Shion. And hopefully we see the same thing with Ayame. Here's our first few results. We're not getting those red eyes I'm looking for. This one doesn't have the hair right either. It's always struggling with having long hair and the bangs for some reason. I don't know why. But this one, I actually feel like this one's the best one so far, though we can definitely get more realistic. And then there's this one over here. This one's pretty good too. However, there's just something weird going on with the mouth over here that really bothers me. She does have the red makeup, which I would be willing to accept as the red eyes. But for now, I think we're going to try bumping it up just a touch to 30 because it hasn't had trouble with the anime style yet. Let's see what it gives us. Alright, at 30% we have this one over here, and I'm actually quite surprised that it's captured all the spirits and it's put them in as flowers here. It's not the most realistic face, and I think the teeth have some weird stuff going on there. It's like blending some of the gum and the teeth. But honestly, I feel like this could be a really good choice for us. I'd be happy settling with that one for sure. Here's the other results. This one is pretty good too, but it's a little bit more illustrative, so I don't think I'm going to take that one. And then this one is straight up anime. So yeah, we're definitely getting closer. I think I'll roll a couple more times on the 30% to hopefully get some more like this, but a little bit more realistic perhaps, and with some red eyes would be great too. All right, we got some more good ones over here. This one doesn't really come close to the other one. This one's too anime. Now we have a realistic photo here, and I think this is the new top for sure just because of how realistic it looks. And so that's the first time that we got the red eyes on something that is pretty photorealistic. Now this one popped up and I really like this one. This one is great in terms of the expression and the outfit and everything. But if we compare it to this one over here, it obviously isn't as realistic. So I think that this one will take the cake just because of the photorealism at the very least. And so we're starting to get a little bit too anime over here. I'm gonna tone it down to 28 to see what happens again with it. Roll it a few times, but if we don't get anything good, then this one is definitely a good choice for us for her. Here's the last of the results for her. So we have 28 to 30% on the slider. That one we can't use. This one I kind of like, but it's not as realistic as the other one, so I don't think it could take the cake for that. This one was pretty good too, but there's something weird going on with the teeth. This one's too animated, too anime. This one is quite good as well. I was comparing it to the other one, and we don't have as red in the eyes for that one, so I'm not sure if I want to take that one. We're also missing some of her swords and stuff like that, and the body position is a little bit different than what we're looking for. This one was pretty good, but just the hands and just like lack of body is not going to work for us. And then there's this one as well, pretty good, but there's something weird going on with the teeth, and it's looking a little bit fake because of that. And then there's this one with the cross eyes and the snake teeth, so that's not going to work for us. So yeah, overall, I think that this one over here is going to be the best one that we found for Ayame. So I'm gonna pick this one up and move on. Now we're moving on to Aqua, and it will be interesting to see how the AI will read the hair. It'd be really hard to get your hair to look like that in real life for sure. And then there's also the maid's outfit, which will be interesting to see how it reads that. Hopefully it can pick that up. But I think with her, she's looking pretty happy. I'm gonna put her down for purple eyes and purple hair. I know it's like a purplish pink. Purple and blue, actually. Let's see what it does with purple and blue hair. And we can take this away because it doesn't make sense to have it there, maybe. So yeah, happy, purple eyes, purple and blue hair. Let's see if it can read that appropriately. And we're going to put the slider at maybe a 28 to see what that does. Here's the first few results. This one is straight up missing the arms. I don't know where they went. Maybe it's having trouble reading the skin behind the background there. But then this one is here. It's pretty accurate, but obviously they are not the right style. I think the slider is too high, so let's bump it down to 26. Yeah, we're really struggling with Aqua here, even on 26. Let's bump it down to 24. Cross our fingers. A couple of results here on 24. This one is again missing an arm. This one we can't use. This is our first photorealistic result. It's just weird. I don't know why she's holding her hair like that, but it is, I guess, the most accurate one so far. There's two things that I think we need to try here. Maybe simplifying the hair call out in the phrasing, but also just turning down the scale. I'm gonna try turning down the scale first, and then we can play around with maybe simplifying the purple and blue hair to just purple hair. Maybe that's what's kind of tripping it up. I don't know. Yeah, even on 22, we're just getting unrealistic photos. So I think that for our next prompt, we're going to take out the blue hair. Maybe we just put in purple eyes, purple hair, and hope that it can understand that a little bit better. We're gonna keep it on 22 just because I want to get out of this anime or unrealistic type of result. Here's the first two results. This one is okay. I don't want to resort to it, but we might have to. And then this one we can't use at all. Let's tone it down to 20% then and see what it gives us. Okay, finally something that we could potentially use. This one right here is definitely the best that we've seen so far. It's done an okay job with the hair and the eye color. The outfit doesn't look that great. This is the other one that came up. The hair is all wrong, so we can't use that. With the simplified description, I'm hoping that we can bump up the ratio for influence here and get something even better. And here's our results at 24%. This one we can't use. I think this one's the best one so far, actually. The outfit's a little bit weird. I don't know what's going on with this logo or print, but at least she has something, closer to her neck because she does have a bow or collar there. And the hair is pretty accurate and the eyes are purple, so I like this one so far. And then this one we can't use, and this one is missing arms and we can't use because of the style anyways. So yeah, I think that this one is going to be our best choice so far. I'm actually going to bump it up to 26 to be a little bit daring. Hopefully we can pull out a realistic photo and avoid any anime ones. If we get lucky enough, it might be the best choice that we have if we can get lucky. So let's try it out for a couple of attempts, but I'm willing to stay with that current top one over here if we need to. Okay, well, 26% was a little bit too high for the ratio, and we just got our anime characters over here. So that means that we're going to be taking this result here as the result for Aqua, and I'm pretty happy with it. So let's take this for her and move on. Now Moona is up next. Again, I think that the AI is gonna get a little bit confused with the hair, hopefully not. Her expression, I'm gonna call that sleepy. I'm gonna call that a sleepy face. So that's what we're gonna plug into the prompt. And then her eye color, it's obviously 2 colors, but I can't choose 2. It's not gonna do a good job with that. I'm gonna go with yellow for her and just say that the purple or dark blue part is like kind of like the shadow of the eyelids or something. Let's just call it yellow. So we have the prompts with a sleepy 20-year-old female with yellow eyes and purple hair. Let's bump this up to 26. Besides the hair, it's a pretty simple profile picture, I hope to translate into a realistic photo. So let's see what happens. All right, here's our first few results here. This one we cannot take with us. I think this one is the best one so far. It is slightly illustrative or CGI type. Not super realistic, but it's the best one so far. And then this one, I wish it didn't have this stuff going in the middle, because this is the one that I would say is the best so far. However, this Roomba thing that she's holding or whatever just looks super, super weird, so I don't think we can take that with us. I'm gonna try actually bumping it up a little bit to see if it stops putting her hands up there, because I think what's happening is it's recognizing it as skin and it's putting her hands up there instead. But maybe with a little bit more influence from the photo, it will recognize that it's shoulders instead. Let's give it a try. We've got some results at 28%. This one over here is a little bit too unrealistic. This one, I actually do like quite a bit. The outfit's pretty good. There's a little bit of weirdness with the sleeves over here, but I think it's still passable for sure. And it's one of the more realistic faces that we've seen so far. Now this one, I think that the face is just as realistic as the last one. The eyes maybe not so much. I do like the hair on this one in terms of the top and how it goes to the side compared to this one. It looks a little bit more realistic. However, what she's doing with the hair over here, I don't really like. And also the outfit being cut over here or with the zipper and stuff like that. I think that's a little bit odd, but this one was definitely a contender. However, this one came up after, and I think that this is going to be our front runner for now. I'm going to turn up the slider even further up to 30% and see what happens. Right, so here's some results at 30%. It's starting to give us those anime style portraits, so I'm gonna tone it back down to 28%, which seemed to work pretty good for us. Do a couple of additional rolls on that and see what we get, but we do have one that we can take away with us with yeah, this one right over here. So I'm happy to stick with that, but we're gonna try our luck again. All right, so I rolled a bunch of times and this is the previous best, but we got a whole bunch of really, really good results. So I just wanted to remind you of what we had as the best before. And I rolled on, I think it was 26%. But we started getting some really good results. This was the first one, and it's such a shame that this lamp thing was in the middle because it was pretty good otherwise. And then we got this one, which is a little bit too unrealistic with the face, but the outfit is amazing on that one, and the hair is pretty darn good too. And then we got this one. I was thinking that this is the one that we're going to take away, and it's a really, really good one for sure. The face is very, very realistic. The hair is quite realistic as well. However, there's just something going on with the fingers and the hands that bothered me a bit, but I was willing to settle for it for sure if we didn't find something better. And then we got this one, which is also a really good one. I think the outfit is more accurate than the one underneath it. However, the hands are much worse on this one. There's just some weird chopped up and pasted on finger stuff going on there, so I didn't like it because of that. And then this one's a little bit too kind of like game style character type of thing. And then we had this one, which is also a really good option for us, but again, with the face, the eyes are a little bit too large, although the rest of the features look pretty good. And then the hands, again, really just bother me a lot. There's weird sausage finger stuff happening there that's attached in some way. And this one, again, isn't the right style. They kept adding these weird ornaments or objects in the middle. But then my last roll here, I think I'm gonna stop here. It's not the most realistic face, but it's realistic enough. And then the outfit is what does it for me. It's really accurate. She has, you know, different parts to her outfit. She has some of her stomach showing, midriff, stomach, I don't know. And then she has this belt over here and her shoulders are showing. The shoulders aren't showing exactly, but I think this outfit with the collar and the black in the middle and then the belt over here, it's really accurate because of that. So we're going to be taking this as our option for Moona. I think it's pretty accurate and pretty realistic, so I'm gonna roll with it. Next on the list we have Risu, and I am hoping this is pretty simple. I feel like it won't have too much trouble, but it's just going to generalize a lot of the details on her head and probably her outfit details too. I'm assuming they're just going to put something in the background for her tail or whatever that is behind there. So we have her with light brown, I'd say, light brown hair. Yeah, let's say light brown hair, and then she has green eyes, and she looks quite happy. Good smile on her there. So let's do 26% and see what happens. We got our first few options here. This one I don't like so much. The hair style is a little bit too different for me. This one's pretty decent too, but I think the one at the very beginning here, the first result here, is the best. It's represented her ears as buns in the hair, and I just think that that would be the realistic way to portray those ears, I guess. So this is the best so far, but I feel like we could do much better with these photos where it's a little bit more of like a face shot. It's kind of more zoomed in on the face. It seems like the AI can do better with these. And so I'm gonna go up to 28% and see what it spits out. Here's some more results. This one in particular is not going to work for us. I don't know what's going on with the hands or this, I don't know, choker, I guess. But this one over here is decent for sure. I think the hair could be a little bit better. And then this one was the first one at the new percentage, and I'm gonna say that this one is the best one so far. It's not really doing a great job with the outfit, but there's barely any of it in the reference photo, especially compared to the other photos of the other avatars where they have more of their body in the shot. So maybe it's just reading this top part of her chest as like hands, and that's why they keep throwing the hands near the face there. So we're gonna bump it up to 30% to see if it can read it a little bit better. We haven't had an anime or illustrative result yet, so I'm confident that it will do a decent job. Okay, we're definitely getting closer for sure. This one is actually the worst result at 30%. And this one I'm placing at the top moving forward. The hair is more accurate. She has those bangs there, and she even has a little bit of hair braided or kind of tucked under the chin there. And so I think that one is the best so far. And it's also started adding some kind of leaf or decoration or hair piece to account for the leaves in her hair over here. So this is the first one that I had at 30%, which I really liked as well. However, the bangs are missing and there isn't any hair kind of trailing underneath the neck or past the neck. So I think that this one is the best one so far. I'm gonna even bump it up to 32% because we're doing so well. Okay, rolling at 32% gave us some really, really good results. This one in particular, I think is very, very accurate. So again, we have the hair at the top on top of the forehead, and then some braids or some hair trailing through there. The outfit, I think I'm gonna give up on the outfit being accurate, but at least it has the colors that appear in her outfit kind of considered in what she's wearing here. And just the facial expression I think is quite accurate too. Don't know what the heck happened here. I guess she has a lanyard across her chin to cover some chin hair or something. I don't know what the heck's going on there. And this one I actually like quite a bit too, just because of the facial expression, but I think it's getting a little bit unrealistic with the size of the eyes, and also the outfit I just don't like. It's a little bit too plain. But the hair and the leaf here is great. I wish there was a little bit more hair trailing underneath the neck, and if the outfit was different, I believe that this could be a top contender, but for now we're going to take this as our top. Let's go even further and dip into 34% to see what happens. This could be really good or really bad. And here's the results at 34%. It's crazy how increasing it by 2% makes such a difference. I did it a couple of times because it was doing such a good job capturing the outfit here, but every single one of them is this anime style result. So I tried to brute force through it and just try to get at least one photorealistic result, but yeah, it didn't happen within like 10 rolls here. So we're just gonna leave it at that and keep this one as our best result for Risu today. I think it's pretty accurate. So we're gonna take that. All right, Io is next. I'm a little bit worried about the paint splatters and how it's going to kind of show that in our results. But other than that, it's pretty simple of a profile picture for sure, and it's also close up on the face as well. So this one I hope is going to be simple for the AI to pick up. Maybe we'll start with 28 here. I have her pinned down as light pink hair and purple eyes, and she's quite happy there. So we have light pink hair, purple eyes in the description or the prompt, and we're gonna roll with that. So I was wrong. 28% doesn't really work well here. I'm wondering if it's because of the light pink hair, which is not common in like real life, I guess. So we're gonna have to tone it down a little bit more for Iofi here. Yeah, it's still not working out. All of these photos look like photos of figurines. So for some reason, it's not liking Iofi here. Let's tone it down to 24. Cross our fingers for something good. At 24, we're still getting results that we can't really use, but I did get this one over here. It's the best one so far, but still not that great. I don't think it's really representing her hair exactly right. There's no bangs over there. There's no purple eyes either. And then the other result is this one over here at 24. So we're gonna tone it down to 22, and really, we're grabbing at straws, I think, for IOP here. We're finally getting somewhere with the 22%. This one at the top here, I think, is my new favorite that we've seen so far. We also have this one over here, but it's a little bit too much purple in the hair. This one also has purple, but at least it has purple eyes as well. So this one with the blue eyes and too much purple at the top here, I think that I'm gonna write that one off as not fitting. And then we are still getting a lot of these style results as well, but we could possibly take this one away. I'm gonna tone it down to 20% to see what we get. But yeah, very realistically, we take this one with us. Here's some results at 20%. I just feel like the AI is taking a little bit too many different approaches for the hair and the outfit. So I'm gonna dial it back to 22%, maybe try 24% as well for a handful of last attempts, but otherwise we're just gonna take that other one as what we're gonna have for IOP. Okay, so I just ran it on 24%, and I thought it was a risk, but I'm really happy that I took the risk. Just as a reminder, this was our previous best, and I still think it's pretty close, but I believe I found one that's even better than that. So I'm gonna scroll up and find where we started rolling 24% here. Yeah, it started here. So what it started doing is it started adding back in the headband or like hair ties and stuff like that. So we got some results that are pretty close. This one isn't too bad, but just the expression and the positioning isn't exactly right. This one I really liked it because of the outfit, because she does wear overalls, but other than that, I just feel like the positioning of the body and the hair itself is a little bit too much on that purple side once again. And this one is pretty good, but looking a little bit fake, not realistic enough. This one is obviously not realistic enough. And then our latest roll right here is the one that I think that I'm going to take. The face is really, really realistic, and we have the purple eyes in there, and we have her side ponytail and something in her hair. So it is represented as a butterfly, and just the facial expression I think is pretty accurate as well compared to the avatar photo. So for Iofi, I'm going to be taking this one as her result. Oh boy, here we go. So next up we have Ollie, and this is definitely going to be the biggest challenge for us for sure, just because this is not going to look like a real human. If it's too human, then it doesn't look like the avatar. If it looks too much like the avatar, then it's not exactly human, right? So there's a couple of things that I have in mind that we could possibly try. So she definitely has an open mouth smile. Let's go with that. So open mouth smile. We can take away the happy word. Now, the eyes are a problem for sure. She has two different colored eyes. And then the skin tone, she's basically a zombie, right? So it's not really a skin tone that we could say. Maybe we can say gray skin tone. We can try that out. Gray skin tone. And the eye color, I don't even know. Like, can we just put zombie eyes? The other thing that I was thinking is maybe we can say like a female with zombie makeup on or something like that. But we're gonna try with zombie eyes, gray skin tone, open mouth smile, and see what the AI does with that. Oh, first results here, and you know what? It's done a pretty good job. Even the hair, like it's split up between gray and red. I am more than open to taking this as our result, to be honest with you. It's pretty damn accurate, even at 24%. Let's keep rolling though. Here's a couple more options for her at 24%. I kind of like all of them. This one, yeah, there's really nothing wrong with this one. The outfit's pretty accurate too. It even has the bow there. This one I don't like as much because she's missing her arms and the rest of her body. And also the makeup or the face color is really different than the neck, which I don't know why I did that. But yeah, either this one or the top one over here. Both of them really work really well. I think we could walk away with something already, but I'm gonna bump it up to 26. I'm so surprised that it's doing so well with Ollie here, because I feel like we had simpler photos as a reference for other girls and couldn't use anything above like 20 or 22. But let's keep rolling, it's doing well. The AI did really well with 26% actually. This top one, there's something about it. I just feel like this is really accurate. If Ollie were to be a real life person, she might be looking like this. This one, the hair is all messed up and a lot of the details look a little bit fake, so we can't really use that one. This one, again, with the face being a different color and the body is missing, so I don't think we're gonna use that one. And then this one is quite good as well, but there's just something going on with the teeth that ruin it for me. And again, the face color is looking a little bit odd. And we got our first cartoonish looking result from 26. So I want to keep rolling. I don't know if I should move the slider down or up, to be honest with you, but it's been doing okay with a higher percentage. So let's try 28 a couple of times to see what it gives us. I am seriously surprised with this tool right now. It's done such a good job with Ollie here. So we're up to 28%, and this result here, I love the face, I love the hair, I love that it's represented her makeup as just like running down, and that's what it's read the details as. But the one that came before it here, I think I like a little bit better just because the outfit is a little bit more accurate. If this one had the outfit, I think that this would be at the top, but I'm gonna put this one at the top for now. Still, the makeup looks like it's running. I think that's actually great to add to the ambiance of Ollie. And then we had a cartoonish one over here, and that was from the last one. So compared to our first few results for sure, oops, we had them with like the skin tears and blood, which I would have been fine with, but I'd rather have it without that because there's no skin tears or blood on the original photo or anything. It was just reading zombie as the bloodied face, I guess. So, you know what? I'm gonna try my luck on 30 to see what happens. I'm really surprised we're tuning it up to 30%, but let's see what happens here. I think we've gone too far with 30%. It's giving us cartoonish or game style illustrations here. So yeah, we're gonna have to tone it back down again. I'm gonna try a couple more attempts on 28 and pull what we can get from that, but otherwise I can settle for one of the ones down here. Yeah, one of these two probably. All right, so I rolled it again on 28 about 4 or 5 times here, and here are the results. I don't think we have a new winner here, but they are pretty good. They started to add some of that decay back in some of the results. This one in particular, actually, I quite like, but it's looking a little bit unrealistic with the size of the eyes and the facial features there, so I don't think I can take that one. Also, the teeth are a little bit janky on that one. This one, don't like the makeup or the outfit. And yeah, like I said, they started adding decay back in, and even in her mouth here, looks like her gums need a little bit of a health check. And yeah, so scrolling past here, this one is quite good as well, but the outfit isn't that great, and there's a little smudge of makeup or something that really bothers me for some reason. So I don't think I'm gonna take that one. And we scroll past our cartoonish results that we had before. So these were my top 2. And just looking at them now, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one because of the outfit accuracy. And although this one, I actually do think the face looks a little bit more realistic or a little bit better. Just overall, the outfit and the facial expression and the makeup and stuff like that, I think that this is the one that I'm gonna run with for Ollie. Up next, we have Rainy, and this again looks to be a more simplistic photo. But the hair decoration, I'm not sure how it's gonna read that. Her outfit as well, I think it's gonna take some liberties there. But I've put her down for white hair and dark green eyes. I don't know if we can call that a smile exactly, so I'm gonna take away the happy word and just let them give us like that model look that tends to be what it defaults to. So not exactly a smile or anything, it's just kind of like closed lips, serious face type of thing. So let's go with that. We got our first 2 results here at 26%. This one is pretty accurate, but it's obviously not the style of photo that we're looking for. And this one is okay, the hair looks a little bit weird. I think I'm gonna tune it down to 24% and try to get more realistic photos. Here's our first few results with 24%. It's actually doing a great job with the outfit, but what I think we're missing is the detail in the hair. This one is probably the closest that we have so far. At least she has a lot of hair on this side. But yeah, actually I think this one would be the best one so far. I might have jumped out of 26% a little bit early. Maybe we can capture the hair a little bit better through that. And let's hope this time it keeps that photorealistic style to it. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. We're definitely getting somewhere now. This one is pretty decent. I just don't think it's going to get the hair exactly right with like the braid in there and everything without further description. This one is pretty darn accurate though. I think it's done a great job with the outfit and the hair falling to the right hand side here. I think they've done a great job really representing as much of the hair as it can with everything that we have set up. And this was another result that we had. Didn't do a great job with the hair. It looks like it took the right hand side as a shadow instead of hair for some reason on that result, but I'm more than happy to walk away with this result right here. This is pretty damn good. But we're actually going to go with 28. It might take a few attempts before we get something photorealistic, if I can make an assumption, but we're gonna give it a shot and do it a couple of times to see if anything good comes out. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it here. This is our previous best, just to give you a reminder. We did it at 28% and we got some really good results. So let me just scroll up here. I think this was the first one that came up and it gave me a little bit of shock and a little bit of fear that we weren't going to get what we need. But then it started giving us results that were photorealistic like this one. This one I don't really love the part in the hair, and the outfit isn't exactly right because her shoulders are covered. There's no necklace there. And then this one I was willing to stop there, and just because the necklace is pretty good. There's nothing actually holding the necklace, so that's a little bit weird. The hair isn't exactly right, but at least there's volume where it needs to be, and the shoulders are covered, so I was willing to stop there, but I kept going anyways. And then I got this one over here, which is really accurate. It has the neck piece over here, which she does have in her profile as well, as you can see, and the hair is pretty good too. It's not exactly the same style because it's not like tied up. It seems like it's tied up in the profile photo, but that one was even better. But then we got this one as our latest pull here, and I think we're gonna stop with this one because there's a lot of accuracy that they've captured here. She has like a swan or like feather pattern on her chest here, and it's represented that a little bit on the shirt. It's still showing the shoulders as it should be. She does have something on her neck. It's not a gem exactly, but it's pretty close. And her hair is, I think, the thing that made me kind of put this one at the top, because it looks like it is tied up near the back and flowing off to the right hand side here. So because of the photorealism and all the details that it's captured, I'm gonna be choosing this one for Rainy. And yeah, I think it's done a great job. I think the eye color could have been a little bit better. The outfit colors aren't exactly right, but we're not being that specific about outfits. So let's take this one with us for Rainy. We're gonna move on to Anya here, and this could be a difficult one just because of the style of art the profile picture is in. It's a little bit more like simplistic than the others. Simplistic as in, maybe not simplistic, but it's just a different art style. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out, but I have her pinned down as a happy girl with purple eyes. I think it's gonna be able to pick up the hair color, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. Let's try it at 26% and see what happens. Oh my god, that is scary. That's our first result. I don't know what happened here. I don't even want to look at that anymore. All right, here's a couple more results that are a little bit better, but it's starting to throw the purple into the hair as well. And it's getting a little bit confused with all the hair flowing around, getting blended into where her outfit and body appears. So I think that's why it's giving us weird results like this. But I think we need to throw in and brown hair. And maybe that will help it read what we're actually trying to go for. So I'm gonna keep at 26 and try that out. All right, here's some more results with the new prompts. We have this one holding a part of a camera. It's quite weird. Other than that, it looks kind of okay. This one right here is our best so far for sure. The teeth are a little bit weird, but other than that, I like how it's captured the hair, and the outfit is okay. I think what's happening is it's taking a look at the photo, seeing those highlights that are beside or underneath her ears here. I don't know if that's highlight or maybe earrings, whatever that is, it's reading it as skin, I think, and that's why it's putting the girl's hands right beside her neck there. And then this is the other one. There's just a lot of weird stuff going on. So yeah, that doesn't really work for us. I'm conflicted on whether we go up or down on the scale of likeness, because I'm wondering if we have it investigate the photo more, it will get even more confused, and instead we should turn it down. But I really do want to see what happens with 28. We might get a couple of animated photos or more cartoonish results, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so I don't think this is going so well. It keeps thinking that there's purple over the face for some reason. This one we can't use, obviously, but this is another result that we got. Yeah, I'm just really confused why it thinks that there's something over the face. Maybe because there's so much stuff going on with her hair and everything floating around the face. I'm gonna try 28% a couple more times, but then we're going to try at a lower percentage, like 24. Surprisingly, it's getting a little bit closer now. This one has some weird stuff with the fingers, and the hair isn't exactly right. This one is pretty good as well, but the only thing that I am really hoping to see is that we do see a little bit of ponytails or something like that on each side of the head. And so I'm actually going to try it at 30 now, and I still think that this photo down here is the best one because she does have the ponytails on the side of the head. I feel like that is the most accurate so far, but let's see if 30% will give us what we need. At 30%, it's giving us only anime style portraits here, although it's been doing a really good job capturing the hair in the outfit. So it's a shame that it's reverted back to anime style because it's done a great job with those two things. So we're gonna have to dial it back down. As a last ditch effort, I'm gonna go down to 24% and see what we get. Right, so 24% didn't really work for us. It's giving us two generic hairstyles, and it's starting to cover up the face again. I just really don't know why, and I don't really like that. So this will actually be the last effort that we put in. I'm gonna put it in at 30% as a Hail Mary, do it once or twice to see what happens, but I think I'm ready to give up. All right, that didn't work. It gave us this anime style one and this anime style one with a camera. I don't know why the AI reads everything as a camera. This happened with Mumei as well, but either way, we are going to stop there. And for Melfisa, we have that one with the ponytails. Where are you? This one right over here. This is what we're going to be settling with for Melfisa. That brings us over to Kobo, and I am definitely worried about this one just because the hair color and the outfit blends into each other, and her hair looks like water or waves, right? So I'm wondering if the AI is going to read that in a certain way and not give us what we actually want. But we're gonna try it out with a prompt for blue eyes and blue hair. She does look pretty happy. So simple prompt here, but we will see what it gives us. I'm a little bit scared. Wow, I'm actually pleasantly surprised at what we're seeing, even at 26% here. So this top result is probably the best one that we've seen so far. It's reading a lot of those hair details as like feathers or things behind the actual person. But in terms of the realism, I'm happy with this. The hands are a little bit weird for sure, but it's better than these ones so far, in my opinion. This one comes as a close second, but I just don't like the hat on top. And the outfit itself, I'm not too sure about, but this is definitely a contender as well. And then this was the first one, which, I don't know. I don't like what's behind her, and I don't exactly like the hair. It doesn't really fall over her shoulders as much as the other ones, and she has a lot of hair that is falling over her shoulders. So because of the hair and because of the way it's styled, I think that this one is going to be our top place, but I would love to get one without the hands in there. I'm gonna bump it up to 28% because it's been doing a good job with the realism so far. So let's bump it up to 28% and then keep going. We've got some more really good options here at 28%. This one in particular is pretty good, but it doesn't have the hair that we're looking for. This one I'm pretty impressed by. It definitely did a good job with the hair for sure, but yeah, I don't think any of these are gonna have the outfit. But the thing that bothers me about this one is the teeth are a little bit weird, so I don't know if I'm going to take that one, but everything else about it is really, really good. Now this one is the result that I think is the new best. She has a little bit of waves in her hair, and the face is really, really realistic on that one, so I do like that one. And then there's this one, which was quite good as well, but I just feel that what's happening on the top of her head looks a little bit odd. Maybe that's a hairstyle, I don't know how you do that, but I personally think that this one is a little bit more accurate, so I'm gonna put that as our top for now. And we're going to bump it up to 30% because, again, we still haven't seen any anime style photos or anything like that, so I'm pretty surprised by that. Let's try to push our luck a little bit, and once we start seeing anime style, then we know that we've gone too far. Okay, we just rolled on 30%, and I am once again very, very impressed with the AI here. This is the first result, and it's great. It's starting to put some of the details of the outfit in there. So we have like a collar on there with some strings. There is something weird about the outfit. I don't know. It's just something to do with the collar that doesn't really make it realistic for me. But it's done a great job with the hair. I think that we're gonna have to settle that it's gonna put like this kind of like the bun or the pushed up like honeycomb style hair at the back of her head. This is another result that we got. I don't really like the tattoos that were put on there, but the hair is pretty good, but we definitely have seen better. And then there's this one, interesting result for sure, but it's not wavy enough for the hair for me, so I don't think I'm gonna really take that one. And then the latest result here, I think this is our new best. Again, we have that hair at the top. I wish that wasn't here, but the rest of the hair looks amazing. It looks really, really realistic. It has the shape that we have in the reference photo as well. And just for some reason, the expression on the face is something that I think matches the profile picture. I guess she has a bigger smile, but yeah, I like this one the best so far. I know that there's a lot of necklace stuff happening here, and that's to do with, or it's to accompany or accommodate for the string that she has on her hoodie or whatever you want to call it. But I think that this one is the best one so far. I just really think that it's done a really good job with the hair. We still haven't seen any anime results, so I'm gonna bump it up to 32%, see what happens. It could get a little bit crazy in here. All right, we just finished with the 32%, and I keep saying this, but I am very, very impressed with how it is handling Kobo's photo here. So this is our previous best here. We definitely have this beat now, but this was the first result at 32%, and it would have been pretty good if these hands weren't here. If those are hands, I don't know, they kind of look like feet as well. But yeah, there's just some weird stuff happening there, and the hair doesn't look so real. It looks a little bit, you know, fake plastic, whatever. This one is looking a little bit too video game art style-y, not real enough for me. And then there's this one, which is pretty good, but I feel like it just did too much flowers here to compensate for the hair. And then there's this one, again, the same problem with the last one. I think it just did too much to compensate for the hair, but the face is great on this one. The rest of the hair is pretty good. And then there is this one right here. Now, this one would have been perfect if the hands weren't here, I think. The hands look a little bit odd, so I can't take that one, I don't think, but the rest of it looks really, really good. And then there's this one over here, again with the flowers instead of the hair. Can't take it because of that, I think. And there's this one, not enough hair. Once again, the hands, oops. Once again, the hands are ruining pretty much everything. I hate when they add hands in here. And this one, I think, is our new best. It isn't the most realistic face that we've gotten, but the hair extending to both of the sides and what they've done with the top with like the headband or the bow kind of holding back some hair and pushing it up because of that, I think it's done such a great job, and that's why I think this is our best that we can take away with us. And then this is the last one here, again looking a little bit more video game art style and not enough hair. So for Kobo here, I'm going to take this photo just because of the hairstyle. We are never going to get that outfit, I don't think, so we're going to continue on with this. Next on the list is Kayla. This could get interesting because of what she's wearing for sure, and she does have like a scarf on, and I'm afraid that the AI is going to start putting that over her face. But either way, I'm gonna put her in here as red eyes, blonde hair. She looks pretty happy in it too. We'll see how it handles the outfit. Let's bump this up to 26 maybe. So yeah, we got happy, red eyes, blonde hair, let's go. Here we are with our first few results at 26. We do have a photorealistic result here, but I don't really like it. Here are the other results, and it's not the right style. This one I was surprised at how it captured the goggles as well. I think I do want the goggles in the photo, but I'm wondering if we're gonna be able to do that while keeping a realistic photo as well, because we're gonna have to tune it up probably to get those red goggles in there, but that pushes us closer to having anime results. But I'm gonna try it anyways and see what comes out. So here's the results at 28%. We're not getting that photorealism at all anymore, unfortunately. We actually did get one here, but it just looks weird. I don't know why the body position is like that, so I think we're gonna actually have to tone it down. Let's try 24% and see what happens there. So we are getting some better results, at least in terms of photorealism, with 24%, but we're losing a lot of details. We don't really have the red eyes for most of them. This one has it, but she has something weird going on with the arm. I don't think we can use it because of that. And then this one, I love the outfit actually. I like how it interpreted the outfit. It has a red headband. It put these red lights instead of like a bow behind her head, but no red eyes, so I don't think I can use that either. And then this one is just a little bit too plain, no red eyes. This one could be tough. I'm gonna dial it back up to 26 and roll it a few times. Alright, here's a couple more results. They're mostly bad for sure. This one has some weird stuff happening with the arms disappearing. And then this one has green eyes, and the outfit isn't great. The hat isn't great either. This one is okay. It has a red headband, but again with the green eyes, and the outfit isn't super accurate. But this is the latest one, and honestly, I don't like the hat that's on her head, but at least she has red makeup on, and the outfit seems more accurate than the other ones that we've seen. So this so far is the best one that we found, but it isn't great at all. It's Hail Mary time. We gotta get something out of here. So I'm hoping that dialing it up to 28 again, rolling it 4 or 5 times, we'll see if this gives us something we can use. Here's a few results from the 28%. We're starting to get some of the anime style for sure, but most of them are actually quite realistic. This one wasn't so bad, but then you see the t-shirt design and I just really hate that, so I don't want to use it because of that. This one isn't that bad either, at least it has something red on top of the head. But there's some that are slightly better. This one is pretty bad, don't want to use that. This one is just out of left field, really, really bad, not even accurate. I wish this was a little bit more realistic, but because we're so desperate, I was willing to use it. However, if you take a look at what's happening with the hand up here, and then we have like a little stub of a hand down here, it's just really, really odd, so I can't use it because of that. This one is not realistic enough. And then we had this one over here, which I think is going to be the best that we have so far. The outfit is the most accurate that we've seen so far, And the hat on top is the thing that really kills me. I wish the hat wasn't there and it was more of like a headband or something. But the hair is quite accurate. The eyes, they're not exactly red, but at least there's red makeup and it's not like a normal color. So I think that's our best one so far. Yeah, and here's just another one that came up. So I'd hate to resort to this, but we might have to. I am actually going to roll it up to 30% to see if that helps us. I'm thinking that we're gonna get more anime type photos, but we're gonna give it a shot. All right, here's the results from the 30% rolls. It's definitely giving us more of those anime style results. So most of them aren't usable at all, but I'm gonna show you the results anyways. There's one, here's another one. It's definitely doing a better job capturing all the details, but it's just not the right style, unfortunately. But it did give us this result over here. So there's a couple of notes here. The sunglasses or the goggles don't look that great. They look really out of place. And the face itself isn't the most realistic looking face that we've seen today. But we're really desperate for Kayla, so I think that this is the best that we're gonna get. The outfit is pretty good. I'd say it's like a 7 or 8 out of 10. It does look like we're missing some of her arms here, or both of her arms, but let's just assume it's like in this sleeve or behind her or something like that. But I think we're gonna run with this one. Here are the rest of the anime style results as well if you're interested in looking at that. Yeah, just nothing that we can really use. So for Kayla, it's been a struggle for sure, but this photo over here is going to be the one that we settle with. And that brings us to our last avatar from HoloCure, and that is going to be Zeta. So this is the last character in the game and the last one that we'll be doing experiments on today with the AI. So with her, I'm quite worried because there's a lot of interlocking and overlapping layers of her hair and the details of her outfit as well. I think the AI is going to get confused as to what's part of the outfit, what's her skin, what's the hair. So this one could get a little bit interesting. I'm putting her down as gray hair. I might switch that to silver if we get weird results. And I also am putting her down for light blue eyes. So let's go with that. Is she looking happy? Let me see here. You know what? I'm gonna take away the happy word, and that will have the AI kind of just default to that model look where they're not really smiling, they're just kind of looking serious. So let's go with that for now. With the first few results here, I think I'm gonna change it to silver hair because it's still giving us blonde girls. So I feel like we had success with silver hair before, so I'm just gonna make that small adjustment. Okay, I think we have our best results so far. The only thing with this one is the hands, but I'm willing to go with it and just say it's like a weird glove or something. The rest of the outfit is really good, so I'm just kind of mad that the hands look so weird. I hate when this thing adds hands in because it doesn't do a good job with it, but the rest of the photo looks really great. Here are the rest of the results from our attempt here with 26%. I don't really think it's doing a good job with either of these two. The hair color isn't exactly right. So let's bump it up to 28% to see if we can find something better than this one. Here's some results at 28%. It's still doing a good job with the photorealism for sure. This one isn't the right position or anything in terms of the pose and how she's looking at the camera. And then this one, I don't really like the outfit, although the hair and the face is really nice. This is the best one that I've found so far. So I do like the outfit. We do have another hand in here, but at least it's hidden behind or underneath the hair a little bit. So I think it can get a pass for the hand, although it's definitely looking more like a claw. And I like that there's hair also falling behind her. And this was the first result at this percentage. The hair is not long enough. The outfit's okay, but yeah, this one isn't as good as the one on top. So this is our current best. I might keep rolling on 28%, but for now, I'm gonna see what 30% will give us. Maybe it will give us more details for the hair or outfit. All right, so 30% worked out pretty well as well. It's starting to add some cat ears or things on top of her head because she does have stuff going on up there, but I'm not sure if it's exactly ears or just like a cone of hair on either side. So it's trying to read that and interpret it in some way. But that one's not my favorite. This one's pretty good, but the thing that really bothers me is this little strand of hair running down her chest here. I just don't know what that could really be other than like a necklace that has a tassel of her hair underneath it, which is weird. But this one over here, I'm wondering if we should consider this as our best so far. The outfit's pretty accurate. She has literally cat ears up here, which I don't really like, and that's the only reason why I'm wondering if it really should be at the top, because that's a little bit odd. And yeah, those were the older results. So I'm gonna bump it up even further to see what we get. All right, at 32%, we've gotten some really good results once again. This one over here, I don't like the ears or the sunglasses, so won't use that one. It's starting to add a lot of cat ears for sure, but the faces and the outfits are looking pretty good. This one isn't the best one. This one is looking a little bit too unrealistic. Just the expression and the facial features I think is a little bit too fake, but everything else looks pretty good. Now this one I really like because it's added, instead of ears, it has buns in the hair, and I actually think that's a little bit more accurate in terms of what Zeta actually has on her avatar. And the outfit itself is accurate, at least in terms of the color. Maybe not the same type of top to be wearing, but it is pretty close, at least in terms of the color. So I really like this one as our top for now. And just to show you the rest of the results here, this one, don't really like the outfit. The cat ears kind of scare me too. And this one I liked as well, just because at least the cat ears are plastic, so it could be like a costume piece or something like that. But with this one, she doesn't have the bangs, so it's a little bit less accurate than the one that we were looking at before. And yeah, here's just another one there. And yeah, so this is our current top right here. I think I'm gonna get a little bit crazy and go 34, just for a few attempts to see what happens. All right, I'm really glad that I did try it at 34. The results are even better. This one has the cat ears, and I don't like that particularly. But this one right here is really, really, really good because of the hair at the top. So it's giving us those buns again, and I think that's more accurate than cat ears. And then the outfit itself with all the straps and everything and the color of the garment, I feel like this one is the best one that we have. I'm gonna forgive the AI for the tattoo here, but yeah, whatever. And then this is the other result that we got, which was pretty good, but the outfit just looks a little bit weird and a little bit too fake. But this one would have been a really good one if we had a different outfit and less blue in the hair. So yeah, I think we're gonna settle with this one for Zeta as her real life photo and run with that, and that completes the list. So yeah, that's gonna be the last one that we do together here. All right, everybody, that's our AI experiment today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. This is my first time using any kind of AI art generator, so there was definitely a lot to learn for myself. If I were to do it again, I'd definitely do things differently. So this time, what I thought would be the right thing to do was feed the AI the reference photos and have less control in the text prompt and try to get kind of consistent and fair results from just using those reference photos for each of the girls. But in hindsight, I think that what we should have done is use the reference photos for sure, but also describe more details of what they're wearing or how their hair should look like and everything like that. But because I didn't start that way and I kind of learned that halfway through that might be useful for us, I didn't think it would be fair to start introducing outfit details and more specific hair details and things like that. But I did play around with it a little bit, and just to show you what I have learned, this is an example of Mel here, where I took the AI, the same tool that we were using, and instead of just describing the age, the hair color, and the eye color in simple ways, what I did was I actually fed it the style of hair, the style of clothing, more details about like where the skin is showing and things like that as well. And it gave me a very, very accurate result. So if I could do this again, I would definitely add more details, because obviously that's going to give us even better results. But hindsight is 2020. We did it the way that we did it. And yeah, I hope you guys still enjoyed all the learning and all the experimentation that we did today. Before I leave you, I'm going to have at the end of the video a slideshow of all of the results. So if you're interested to see all the results in a slideshow presentation, then stick around for that. But before you see that, remember to hit that like button. Also, remember to subscribe as well, would really, really help out the channel. Typically, I play a lot of games on the channel, a lot of roguelike games. So if you're into that or into videos like this, then please hit that subscribe button and I would really, really appreciate it. And also down below, leave a comment. Which ones were your favorites? Which ones do you think I didn't do such a good job on? If you have any tips on how we can do this better in the future as well, then please let me know your tips for generating AI accurate photos down below in the comments, and I would really appreciate that as well. And with that, I'll leave you with the slideshow. Enjoy the viewing, and I hope to see you again soon. Peace out, everybody.